What up, fam? Kinfo, let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair, come over here to the round table where we break it all down. Say what? We are about to break bread right now. That being said, I love you as myself, and guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. Good to see you, Mallory. Good to see you. I'm gonna try to give a few folks a few little minutes to come up in here, but we definitely about to talk about it. We about to talk about it, how we go through these many phases in life, and for a lot of us, we be like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this one. Man, why this person had to leave? Man, I thought they was gonna be with me forever. But guess what? You only come to see that, man. You know what? Some people meant to be there for you through the phase that you're going through. But after that, it's time for them to move around, boy. It's time for them to move around, little baby. And don't be mad at yourself. Don't be down on yourself. Don't be feeling like you less than because this person came in your life and now they no longer here. We got 13 beautiful people up in here. If you would, tap on that screen like you trying to knock on wood. Because guess what? We going to save some lives today with the vibes that we provide. You hear me? But again, we phasing out, y'all. We phasing out. No different than when, shoot, you see people passing away. A lot of times people will be trying to hold on to that energy, trying to keep that person in their life. But at the end of the day, you got to recognize people got to go on to their next phase. You feel me? Not saying you going through so-called immature phases, but at the same time, think about it. If you constantly maturing, then those old phases or those people that was with you during them phases, they got to go. I know for me, I was like, dang, I got better for my family. You know what I'm saying? I got better for these people, I thought, only to realize these people wasn't improving. They wasn't phasing out the old and bringing in the new too. So guess what? They in turn got rid of themselves. It wasn't me getting rid of them. You feel me? Appreciate that, Jermaine. Appreciate your love, man. It wasn't me getting rid of them. It was them getting rid of themselves. And guess what? We phasing out. You feel me? In with the new. In with the new. And I don't mean, okay, don't let, basically what I mean, don't let these things phase you. Come on, we're going to play with that word phase. You know what I'm saying? We phasing out and we ain't going to let the haters phase us because we know what we came to do. The highest thing that we can do on this planet is to inspire you. Is to inspire you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to inspire no matter what before we expire. Tap in before you tap out. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Tap in before you tap out. And don't be so sold on somebody else but not on yourself that you can't realize, you know what? I'm probably going to be better off for lightening my load. We got 67 people in here. Please tap that screenshot of live so we can save lives with the vibes that we all provide when we come together and coincide. I just happen to be the one that's expressing at this moment in time. But I'm talking to your heart. Hopefully I'm speaking your heart to the point you recognize, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that person. I'm going to keep on moving. Appreciate that, Marquise. I appreciate you. Thanks for sending that follow. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm going to make sure to follow through with you. I'm going to send you a follow back and you, Jermaine. Again, y'all, it's our phases. Don't let it phase you. Don't let it break you. Because this is not what you came to do. You did not come to be less than because somebody else don't understand the blessing that is you. I'm going to say that again. You did not come to be less than just because somebody else don't understand the blessing that is you. You are the greatness that you've been seeking this whole time. Within you, within me, is a gold mine. So I encourage you to go inside and find the truth that is you. Everything that you've been through has been making you a greater you. Everything that you've been through has only been to make you a greater you. You hear me? Been to make you a greater you. What's up with it,
What's up,
King?
bro?
Man, you
Not
got it,
much.
G.
Just ready to do some battles. You want to do? You want to run one?
You already know I always got time for you, bro.
This
I
my
always
guy.
got time for you. I was
Let's
over here talking to the folk about, phasing out.
get.
Certain people you thought was gonna be with you forever. You was even improving for these people. You know what I'm saying? You like, man,
Yep.
I'm finna be a better person for this
Yep.
person. You know what I'm saying? Only to realize, guess what? They gotta phase out because they didn't grow. They ain't
Yeah.
ready to go to the next phase. But
Yup.
you can't let that phase you. You know, just
Nah.
like when people pass away, you can't be trying to hold them here. No, 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 no. Let that go. Let them phase on out.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate what you was able to learn from them people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was all for naught.
All for nothing. Wow, bro. That's powerful, bro. That's powerful, man. Absolutely.
You feel me? I woke up with that on my heart. I was like, dang, man, because I know for me, I tried to be the best husband, father that I could be. I admit, you know, when I first got in my marriage, it was a lot I didn't know. A
Mm.
lot I didn't know. But as them children started coming into my life, my love increased for my wife, I started recognizing, like, bro, I got to take it there. I
Mm-hmm.
got to keep on pushing myself up further and further so I
Yup.
can be better for them. And,
Yup.
you know, it got to a point towards the end of my relationship, my ex-wife was like, you've outgrown me. Now you know that's some spiritual stuff right there. Cause ain't too
Mm.
many people gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think she knew what she was saying to me. But my spirit needed that closure for what was gonna come into be. You see what I'm saying? Cause after a while of her realizing I outgrew her, she started pushing me out, pushing me away. To the
Mm.
point, you know, my children started to see it and it was just like, you know what? I still gotta set an example for the next generation. You see what I'm saying? And if I stick around in this, my kid gonna think it's okay for them to be pushed away, mistreated by other people, abused, you know what I'm saying? So once my daughter brought it to my attention, I was like, you know what, baby, let me show you what you do when people treat you this way. Let me show
Mm-hmm.
you where you gotta take it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yup.
for everybody in this building, everybody that's hearing these words, that was meant for you.
Yeah.
Just as well as it was meant for me. Shoot.
No. Real seriously, man. That's freaking. That's preaching, bro. I
Yes,
love it,
sir.
man. You say
You
you
already
outgrow body, bro. I just posted a make sure y'all follow me on IG too. Bro, I just
okay.
posted this right here, bro, on my IG. It said I know you can't see it all, but it says we are living in cages with the gate open, pretty much. You
Come
know what
on.
I'm saying? And
Don't even know it's open.
don't even know what's open. But just look at that picture. Like that bird can leave anytime it wants to. That bird can
What's
leave
up, Chef?
anytime, but it's stuck there, man. And if you feel stuck in your life, man, see that's why I love battling gold mine because this mine is a gold mine. And you know,
Likewise, King.
you already freaking know. Oh, they turning up over there. But you know, it's
Thank you,
just the
K.
fact that like you gotta be able to lead a nest. And he was just talking about he prefaced pretty much saying, guys, that you know sometimes you outgrow people. Well, let me lay this on y'all. You know what I'm saying? The fact that like when it's baby birds in the nest,
You coming back?
the more baby birds it is in the nest, the louder it gets for predators to come there. So eventually you gotta leave the nest. Or you're gonna be devoured just with the same people that you know what I'm saying that you used to
Yes,
coming up
sir.
with. So you gotta
Woo.
you I'm telling you, bro, that's why I love
I felt that
battling.
one, G. That was a slow burner. I said, hold up.
I love it,
Mm-mm.
bro, for real, man.
Mm-mm. Yeah, bro.
You
That's,
gotta
oh, man. Hey, y'all gotta let that one sink in, G. He said, he said, bro, after a while, of you being in that nest for so long, you begin to be so loud. You know, because the babies be in the
Yep.
nest, Mama, where the food at? Mama, where the food
Yep.
at? Till Mama come back. All the
Yep.
while, the other predators hear the
Yep.
weakness of those
Yep.
babies, and they coming to
Weakness.
prey on that. So when you
Yep.
get strong, you gotta be strong. Don't be acting weak, cause that's what you used to. Phase out of that. Phase out of that. That's real talk. You gotta phase out of that thing.
100%,
Hey,
man.
you love
Seriously.
that Western one. Next time I buck like a cowboy if you throw another one, K, since you like that cowboy hat.
That, that, make sure you pick up staff, Malaya. Thank you so
Yes,
much, my
man. Y'all make sure y'all following each other in the chat. Cause one thing I do recognize when you rise in vibration, there's people that just gonna show up in your life that you be like, dang, where you been at this whole time? But you wasn't on the frequency. You know how
yeah,
like you lose your keys or something, and it ain't till
yeah,
you calm down, you can
yeah,
find them. You like, oh snap, they was right here the whole time.
yeah, the whole time. Malaya with the tiny tiny. Thank you so much, Queen Margie with the likes. Appreciate all y'all that's in here. Y'all
Man,
didn't miss
facts.
the first game. You want to run it back, bro?
Oh, for sure. You know how we do, man. Shout out to everybody in here showing love. You could have been doing anything in this world, but you chose to pull up and show love to us, and we appreciate you. Facts. You
Seriously.
phasing out of this dominant society when you do that, y'all. Because honestly speaking, the dominant society is just like it's full of so much dog eat dog and
It
hate
is.
on top of hate. So when you pull up and you show love, you breaking that. You breaking that mold. Thank you, Amaya, for that love. So
Appreciate
continue to
y'all.
break the mold for greater, y'all.
Yep.
I know when I was a kid, people used to be like, you gotta find your purpose. You gotta find your purpose. Now what I will say is you gotta find your distinct signature on life. But all of our purpose is to inspire. And when I say signature, find the way that you inspire people. Like bro work out and he do different things to inspire people through their health. That's his unique signature.
What happened?
You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you he could sacrifice certain things in order to still be here today. And now I can share that with other people. Appreciate that
Yeah.
love. I want to say that
Yeah.
right. Malia. Hopefully I said your name right. What's up with it, Miss Marley?
She's amazing, man.
I
Seriously.
know for
Steph.
me, like a lot of people be like, oh yeah, she's exceptional. A lot of people be asking me like, how did you change your diet like that? A lot of people don't realize, hey, I had a catch 22. Meaning when I was 22, I was about to be through. Like the doctor was like, bro, your stomach look like a strawberry. You know the little dots on the strawberry, just dots all over my stomach because of the way I was treating myself. And I
Yeah.
had to phase out of that. I heard the doctor say two options. He said, you can have a lifestyle change or you can take this
Mm.
medicine. I say, they don't hear stuff at the beginning or even in the middle, let alone. You feel me? So in the middle of him saying those two things, I got to thinking like, hold on, what did he just say? A lifestyle change? I said, can you print out what you talking about as far as a lifestyle change? Because I don't know what you mean.
Yep.
So he printed out some stuff for me. That's when I realized you can research anything online because I wound up seeing www on all the stuff that he printed out and gave to me. Thank you, Miss Martin. And I realized he was telling me, you need to break down and eat chicken and fish. And I started feeling good after eating just chicken and fish. And I said, hold on, can I feel better though? You know what I'm saying? So then I broke down, was like, darn, y'all showing, hey, wake up this morning, okay? But I started like realizing after eating the chicken and fish, I was feeling good. But for a lot of us, we just stopped there. So we going back to the phasing out. I said, hold on, I can feel this good from eating chicken and fish. I wonder what'll happen if I just eat fruit and vegetables.
Mm.
Man, it's to the point I still be trying to tell myself, you're not 16 no more. So we gonna pace it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the energy is there. The energy is there. You feel?
150.
I just be having to phase it out sometimes because you can't give it out too heavy. You still
Yeah.
set an example as well as, keep that energy for the right things. As you get wiser, you start recognizing like just because I got that energy don't mean I gotta exert it.
Yeah.
It don't mean that. What's up with it, Marco?
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta keep that thing in backstore. Like the old folks used to have the deep freezers and all that stuff prepared for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? You,
Yeah.
you you never know when you might have a good night with somebody and you need all that energy. You feel me? So, hey, I'm just saying, don't
Yeah. That's 100%.
don't overdo it all the time just because you feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Steph. Shout out everybody
And
that's
don't look at folks like my big mom used to say. Stop wishing you had what other people have. You feel me? Because you don't know what they had to go through to get there.
Yep.
But when you go through your things, recognize it ain't nothing but a sacrifice. And on the
Yep.
other side of that sacrifice, man, the people when they made sacrifices because they was trying to get blessings on the other side. So recognize all the problems that you go through. If you can hold on and make it through it, it's a blessing on the other side. But don't complain your way through it. Otherwise, life just gonna show you the different phases
Yep. Costa Risa.
of things you is gonna determine your reality.
Yep.
It's gonna determine your reality.
Yeah. And
Man,
all.
Malia, that's who I'm talking to, but guess who I'm talking to the whole world through? I'm talking to the world through you. Each one of us represent a world within ourselves. See what I'm saying? When a young lady is born, she's born with all the eggs she gonna have for her lifetime. So the way you treat a woman from the time she born, you feel me, up until she had that first child determines the characteristics, the energy in that child. Like I was talking to my friend the other day, I said, man, you know what? It's a good thing we didn't have access to things at a young age that would have hurt other people because we had so much anger in us which when you boil down that anger, it's confusion. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing why I'm here. What's the purpose of this? You feel me? To the point you so hurt because you don't know that you take that hurt out on other people. You know what I'm saying? It just so happen these kids, they got everything at their fingertips. So as much as I want to sit here and say these kids are worse, no, the accessibility is more open. But we just got to teach these kids how to appreciate that. And at that point, watch what they do. Watch what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in here showing love, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up with us. We just tied that thing up now. We just tied that. We gonna see what happens next.
Yep, game 3, y'all. For real. Shout out everybody that came in and showed love. Miss Marley, everybody that's in here. Love y'all.
Man, it's facts. Miss Marley off anything. Malia, what's up with it? Amaya,
love
what's
y'all.
up? But gotta get ready for them phases, y'all. Don't be so hard on yourself to the point when you go into the next phase, you getting down on yourself like, man, why you lose that relationship? Hey, that relationship can't go where you finna go. That relationship can't go where you finna go. It ain't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, that's gonna sabotage it. What? I've been noticing, bro, I've been getting so much done. You hear me? I'm talking about some of the stuff that's been on my heart for years. Ever since, like, you know, because it's been 3 years since I've been separated from my ex-wife. And I was like, you know, I gotta find my center again because my family at one point in time was my everything. You know, that was my world.
Yeah.
But I had to realize it was imbalanced. It was imbalanced. I was putting too much pressure on that. You feel me? To the point I had to move around. They had to move around in order for me to be doing what I'm doing now. And here it is, I be encouraging folks, and every now and then, guess who pop up in my life? My daughters. I be like, okay, keep going. My mama, my cousins, you know what I'm saying? The people that I thought I lost. But all the while, when you stay on the path you're supposed to be on, them people gonna be back. But are you gonna be prepared to be a blessing in their life at that point? Or are you gonna still be that burden that you was in the last phase? Because when you don't recognize your power, believe it or not, you leaning on somebody.
Yeah.
You leaning on somebody, and then you like, darn, why every time we interface with each other, I get up feeling less than? Cause you was putting everything into that person, hoping they could make you feel better. When all the while you gotta feel it within yourself. That joy that can't nobody take away. You know what I'm saying? So to the point you can share a little bit with somebody else or give them a glimpse, because at the end of the day, we all like them what people use to charge their car, what they call them things, jumper cables. We like jumper cables for each other. Even when we take these vitamins and stuff like that, all it does is charge up them organs to remind them organs, okay, we want you to do that again. But every year that you don't participate with them organs, thank you, Drika, you don't participate with them organs like, man, you know what, we got to put our energy in different places where he putting his focus at. So certain things begin to shut down in you. And you start recognizing as you get older, you have less memory, just like you was when you was a kid. And your mom used to tell you to do certain things, and if you didn't do it immediately, you would forget. Okay. Same thing with a lot of folks today. You know what I'm saying? They can't remember nothing.
That's
but
true.
I can remember all the things that I've been through because what? I look at them as learning experiences. I can pick back on certain things from like my younger phases and be like, you know what? I'm so much better for my first love treating me dirty. To the point I don't got no hate for her. I'm like, darn, she taught me some stuff. You feel me? And at the same time, I got a responsibility to myself to not be so green no more. But not. Come on, here's the balance, y'all. Because I know a lot of y'all going to be like, well, I ain't going to be green no more. But essentially, you don't let people get close to you no more. The balance is you got to learn those lessons so you don't be having them walls up. People who ain't learned their lesson, they got walls up. But when you know how to, like me and bro, you know how to fight, people could be in the room talking all this. You don't feel the need to say nothing. So you put your hands on me, ain't no fight happening. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm going to argue with you for? That's all you got. Some people, that's all they got is talking. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you develop that confidence in yourself through the experiences that you have in life, because that's the real confidence. Confidence should be in your abilities. And the only way you're going to recognize your abilities is through the experiences you have in life. So them problems come to show you how strong you really are. See, a lot of us think problems come to make you strong. No. All of this stuff is in you. It ain't on you, it's in you. You feel me? So when them problems come up on you, you got to show what's in you. You feel me? When them problems ramp up, raise your vibration. Raise your vibration. Tap in before you tap out, G.
Thanks, bro. That's
Tap in.
that's one of the things, man. Like I learned, like being in a relationship with my girl is the fact that like it's not me versus her. It's not an argument. It's me, you versus the problem. So
Facts.
problem could be me and you. You know what I'm saying? You think we yelling at each other, but it's really me and you on the same side against this issue. You know what
It
I'm saying?
gotta be.
You could be mad at me. Oh, why the argument could have started. Oh, why didn't you take the trash out? Okay, well, it's me and you versus taking the trash out. You see what I'm
Come on.
saying? So
Come
how
on.
do we beat this issue of me taking the trash? Okay, I'll take it out in the morning so I don't forget. Now that's done. We done beat
Done.
that problem. We done beat up. We done double team that problem. So I just feel like,
Yes.
man, piggybacking off of what you say, you know what I'm saying? Just you just gotta see things for what they is. Life is here to make us strong, and if we had everything we wanted in life would be so boring. So we need problems. We need issues. We
Big
need
old facts.
you
Big
know what I'm
old
saying?
facts.
Bro,
Go
I
ahead.
had you already know.
Big old facts, cause bro, that's right on. Like, and that was
For
the
real.
main thing that I was trying to push in my relationship too. Like, it's me and you against these problems. You not my problem. I'm not your problem. But we do become each other problem when we don't see that. You know what I'm
When,
saying? When one don't see that, oh yeah, we each other
you doing
problem
that,
at that point. Now we gotta phase out. We
when you
gotta
do
phase
that,
out.
when you don't see the issue, man, it is a thing, man. It's something. Now you just fighting for no reason. Like now, you know what I'm saying? Like just how like the spirits, the demons jump from person to person. You don't
Hold
see
on,
it.
you just earned another match. They said the demons
But
jumping from person to
no, you
person.
stop playing. I'm
Stop
telling you.
playing. Because that's that negative and that positive that people not paying attention to. Like, you
Yeah,
be with certain people and you start recognizing, like, hold on, they listen to negative energy. Like, when it's something negative, they got all the energy for it. They looking for the argument. They with that argument.
yeah,
But when it's something positive we got to do, they don't got no energy. Like, we
yeah.
supposed to go feed the homeless, or we supposed to go speak to the women in the women's shelter. They too tired for that. But you call
Mm-hmm.
them cause such and such talking crazy and you got some gossip for them. Oh, girl, what's up?
Yeah,
Oh, shoot. They listen to you for an hour. But when you call them talking about what we finna do to better
yeah.
ourselves, what we finna do to eat right, we finna
Mm-hmm.
food preps to stop spending so much money when we go out, like, they like,
Mm-hmm.
huh? But that's because a lot of people are using these different things to make themselves feel better. They're
Mm-hmm.
using it for, instead of like we was talking about with that real confidence in your abilities, they using it as a symbolic victory. These different
Mm-hmm.
times they go out to restaurants, they want to take the pictures so everybody can see their status
Yeah,
on
yeah,
social media. But all
yeah,
the while, your status should be within yourself. You
yeah,
feel me? Like,
yeah,
I'm at peace right now. People be like, man, how you feeling today, bro? It's a lot of things going on around me, but I'm at peace.
yeah.
You feel me? A lot of, and to me, that's a different status to be given. Thank you, Miss Marty. That's a different
All right.
conversation to be having with people. Because at that point, now you can set an example of how you go through it. I know, bro, we done been living long enough to hear about being in the eye of the storm. You see what I'm saying? For a lot of us, we
Yeah,
forget your perception of life is how things go, right? So at that point, that's the eye of the storm, how you see it. You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? And it might seem bad to other people. And they might come to you like, you okay, Gold? Everything all right? At that point, you got to be an example of how you go through things. You see what I'm saying? Character is based on how you go through things, how you do things when ain't nobody looking. You
oh,
feel me? If you can't get in that corner and cry out
nope,
to your ancestors like, hold on, show me what this about.
yeah,
Give me the strength to keep going so I can be the example so others might know.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, guess what? You're not going to be here forever. You're going to phase out. And depending
mm-hmm.
on the example that you left, I can sit here and focus on my kids all day, all day. But if I don't recognize there's other kids out here, there's other people that need that example or that inspiration as well, I'm gonna be gone and my kids gonna have to live with these folks.
Yeah,
Like, come on now. You can't just, hey, focus just on your little circle. It seems easy, the
yeah,
easiest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But recognize we a village for real. This world is a village. We can sit back and be like, I don't like this group of people. But you know what I come to find out? People that think like that, you really don't like yourself. You really don't like yourself. But it's socially acceptable for you to put it on somebody else, but you gotta phase out of that. You gotta phase out of that. And for those people who done been hated on by other groups of people, and you feel like it's okay to show that hate back, Boy, you done been compromised and corrupted. You done been compromised and corrupted. I know you feel like you defending yourself, like, oh, I love myself, so I'm defending myself. Bro,
Yeah.
if it take for somebody else's hate to make you love yourself, you don't love yourself to begin with. Y'all both over there hating. You hate how this person make you feel because they don't accept you. Let's
Yep.
be for real.
Yep.
Let's be for real. But when you accept you, hey, it don't matter who. Who don't accept you can stay at home and have a party by yourself if that's what you want to do.
You good. You know,
You feel me?
I'm telling you, just, I'm
I'm trying to tell you
telling you, man. Seriously, bro.
what a joy it is to be alive. You
I'm
hear me?
telling you, man. Every day your feet,
You 2 pound cake.
the devil get angry, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. I give him something to be mad about, man. I live my life, man, in the most positive way. I don't,
Got to.
man. Like I don't, I leave no stone unturned. You know what I'm saying? I make the most out of the time while I'm up, and that's it. Thank you, Ashley.
Facts. That's what it's all about, bro. That's what it's all about. Finding new ways to love on yourself. And
Yep.
therefore, you wind up loving other people. Because when you in that energy of loving on yourself, you gonna have no choice but to reverberate that out to anybody that come in your atmosphere. Like I
Yep.
tell people, I don't just come in the room. I bring my atmosphere with me. You feel
Yep.
me? Shoot, what I tell, hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Goldmine. I've been sent to raise the vibrations in the room. So guess what we about to do? Raise the vibes. Like
Yep. But
everybody be looking for a vibe, but you ain't a vibe yourself.
yeah, for
You
real.
ain't no,
They love to
you
say,
ain't a vibe.
they love to say
I'm
that
looking for a vibe.
for a vibe, but y'all ain't nah, man. Not for real.
You obviously ain't, cause you looking for another one.
We
If you was
not.
a vibe yourself,
No,
oh,
for
we done tied it up. If you was a
yep,
vibe yourself, you wouldn't be looking for no other vibe.
for
You
real.
be too busy enjoying your vibe to the
Yep.
point where other people come around, it's because they like, hold on, who is this person who is self-sustaining? And then when you start leaning on them, I'm talking to you, Red. I'm talking to myself. When
Mhm.
you start leaning on other people because now they're appreciating your vibe, guess what they do? They begin to phase out because they like, hold on, I thought you was different. I
Yeah.
thought you was self-sustained. Now you leaning on me. Hold on. I thought you was
Oh,
you showing me the mirror too much. I don't want to be in the mirror. I thought you was something different. So you got to
yeah.
stay in that vibration no matter who come your way. I know it
Yeah.
seemed like, oh, we supposed to, cause such and such like me now. I'm supposed to put all my focus on them. Stay busy. Stay on your goals. Cause if
Yeah.
they really love you and they really supposed to be in your life, guess what? They gonna take that walk with you.
Thank you
They gonna
so much.
take that walk with you. But it ain't
100%.
for you to get busy being distracted just because somebody else is impacted by your light. No, let them, it was one song when Chris Brown had first broke up with Rihanna. And it was like, he said something like, crawl until we begin to walk and then we
Oh,
can run again. That's, man, come on, G. That's where we at. Some
yeah.
people gonna have to crawl while you running. You feel
Yeah.
me? But eventually they gonna walk and then they gonna
Yeah.
be strong enough to run again. But if you not setting that example, it ain't nothing to inspire nobody or aspire to at that point. You feel me? These babies don't come in this world with the shit. Somebody else
Mm-hmm.
around them start showing them it. And then they follow
Yeah.
that example.
Yeah.
So as much as I would love to be like some people my age and be like, this generation, da da da. No, no. Because they said the same thing about me, folk. And I was steady trying to figure out the changes or the solutions to the life I was living. I couldn't, like my big mom used to say, you ain't going to be able to get in heaven on my prayers. Same thing with this life. You ain't going to be able to keep on excelling in life trying to be just like your parents. You can't follow their blueprint. You got to figure out the solutions for yourself because the times are steady changing. Based on what your parents did, you standing on their shoulders. But them solutions that, man, okay. The people that want to be a problem, they see what your parents did. So if you stand up and try to do the same thing, they already ready to chop that down.
Yeah.
And for the parents, just create that environment for that child to be able to figure out the solutions for the now. Don't keep on forcing them to be you. You telling your
Yeah.
child, man, go work at McDonald's because I worked at McDonald's. Do you know what inflation is?
Oh, no, they got to do their own thing. They got to do their own thing. You
Do
know what
you
I'm
know his
saying?
kids out here coding? Do you like you gonna tell your child to be under mediocre? Like this is a
Yeah.
different time. Like McDonald's was that thing back in the 80s. It
What?
was a leg up.
Thank
You
you.
feel
Thank you.
me? But today, no. You gonna tell your
No.
kid to go get a tenure when here it is, they hold that against you. When
Yeah.
you go apply for a job because you've been at one job for 10, 15 years, they like you don't got no skills. because you've been stuck in one.
spot. Yep. And speaking piggybacking off of that, did you know that fun fact? 40% of Americans never leave their zip code. 40%.
Whoa, see, we were just talking,
Google
man.
it. I'm not gonna get bananas for misinformation. That is a fact. 40% of Americans do not leave their zip code. So that means that they stay in the same area their whole life. That's 40%. Like that's
That's,
crazy to me, man. 40%.
and you know what they
Never
do to the mind.
Never just being in it. Just imagine being stuck in a house all the time, bro, and never dipping out of the crib, bro. How did that make you feel when we was locked down and stuff like that for that whole thing that was
Man,
going on, bro? Was going crazy. Like so, imagine you just being stuck in that. Hey, not being scared
thank
to
you,
leave the
native.
nest, being scared to jump out of the nest and fly on your own because you know what I'm saying. That's complacent. That's what you call complacency, man. You got to
Come
take a
on.
risk. You got to take
Stagnant.
a. You know what I'm saying? You got to, man. Because if you, man, I just look at it like, man, if you don't go discover,
Thank you so much, K1.
how you know what's there if you don't discover. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask yourself
Nah,
that.
that's
Stop.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? I
That's
appreciate
big
all.
old facts. For those who like to do experiments, because each one of us learn different ways. You got kinetic learners, people like myself that I always go, when I'm catching what you're saying, I'm going to bob my head a little bit, I'm going to move around. For those who
Yep.
like to do projects, get you a plant,
Yep.
right? A plant that's living. Put that thing in one place. Don't turn it. Don't move it. Leave it right there and see how, and get you another plant that you turn
Yep.
every now and then, maybe like every 2 weeks, put it in different spots, you will start to see,
Yep.
like he's saying, when you stay in your locale, your growth
Yep.
is totally different than that person or that plant that is moving around. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I was exposed to so many different things from going on vacations with my parents and, relatives, to the point I started to see everybody got the same problem everywhere. See, if you
Yep.
don't realize, some people could tell, if you from Tennessee and ain't never been to Florida, somebody could tell you, man, you know what? Man, Florida it's all about Disney World. Then you
Yep.
get your butt down to Florida and realize there's some hoods in Orlando. You
Mm-hmm.
start realize, hold on, everybody going through some kind of struggle. So
Yep.
it ain't for me to sit over here and be crying about my struggle, because once you
Yep.
start realizing everybody going through something, you start, man, hold on, bro. And these people are being great as a result of the things they go through. Like, really watch them documentaries about these famous people, and you'll start being like, hold on, G.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. In order for you to be great, you got to go through some things. You got to go through some things. And you begin to appreciate everybody's struggle. So you begin to have less problems with people. You begin to see, like, hold on, you know what? It ain't for me to sit over here and try to downplay somebody else because I'm having a bad day, or talk crazy to somebody. Let me respect the people. You feel me? A lot of people only respect money. So therefore, the disrespect that they would be willing to do to other people is what lead to their demise.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest lines I ever heard from a hip hop song was, "Another man died for shining on a broken man's dream." Like, what? What? So while you think you out here shining, better think about that. You feel me? You better think about who dreams you shining or you breaking. Whose spirits are you breaking just to be doing that in
Yep.
that way? And who told, man, hold on, we finna go there.
Yeah, we can.
Who told you who told you this shiny stuff was worth your time?
Mm-hmm.
You might come to find, if you go back in time, certain people were given away for other people's purposes because of mirrors. And it's all smoke and mirrors, G.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of it, you're going to realize, dang, man, I forego, or I forgave. I mean, I should have forgave this person instead of keep on going on in my anger. Now here it is, I gave up a relationship with my father. I gave up a relationship with my mother. I gave up a relationship with my child because I couldn't let go of the anger that I let fester in me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You seen them people that gotta gas themselves up in order to do something. They
Yep.
just sit around and talk about how mad they is at somebody, then eventually now they ready to fight.
Yep.
Like, no, 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 no. Don't do that to yourself. Cause
Yep.
you gaslighting yourself.
Yep.
Miss Key, you gaslighting yourself. Good to see you, Queen. Cause
Yep.
at the end of the day, you are the greatness you've been seeking this whole time. These problems came to remind you of the strength that is you. But if you never tap in and keep looking at this individual, guess what? Your greatness gonna always be given to somebody else, but you don't know nobody else better than you. So as much as you think Gamble is great, That's only because of what you really can surmise about yourself, but you don't apply it to yourself. You never put that picture on you. I understand. It's hard. Like my big daddy used to say, man, hey, enjoy the view. Because I can't see myself like you. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
at some point, just because you can't see this physical, you got to see the expressions that's you. See how you affect people when you set out to inspire. And you will be inspired as well to continue in that route. As sure as bad things come back to you because of what you put out, watch how quick that good stuff come back. Watch how, man, because you putting out good energy. Watch how quick that come back. And it's going to come a lot of times when you least expect it. Especially, it won't even let you hit the ground. Every time you try to get down, you feel me? Somebody come pull up on you. Thanks for being you. Because you put that energy out there already. And then you like, hold on. Darn, you know, you right. There
Yeah.
go them jumper cables again. Charged up. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, and that's
Yeah.
all this life is, bro. You
That's
only angry. You only upset with yourself. What's up with it, Angela? Because of
no,
what you can't understand about life. You confused. It's okay. It's okay. Get unconfused. You feel me?
yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Man,
And
that's
the
facts.
and the
Facts, man.
best way to figure out things, I'm gonna let you go in real quick. The best way to figure out things, bro, peep those who are representing that light that you know you should be shining. Support that light. You know, they say the best leaders was once followers.
Mm.
Come
Mm.
on now. And
Mm.
here it is. This app appreciates that. We change the algorithms by the creators we support.
Yeah.
So be careful the energy that you support. And if later on you start feeling like you ain't nothing, just know that person that you was supporting, they feel like that too. So you being a part of that vibration, you gotta phase out.
That's a
You
hundred.
gotta
That's 100%. Piggybacking off of that, bro. Like a lot of energy, we pick up that we don't even know about. Like
come
if you,
on.
know what I'm saying, like if you on a phone with your girl or your
Thanks.
boy all day and they just venting to you, after you get off the phone, you ever feel that feeling like, dang, like that
Drained.
drop? Because that's energy that you didn't even know that you even picked up. You know what I'm saying? See, that's where people get it twisted, man. They think just because you can't see something that it's not there. You know what I'm saying? You can't see the wind, but it's there. You can't see the air, but it's there.
It's
You know what I'm
there.
saying? So you gotta put that in your mind, like, man, like somebody venting to you, yeah, accept their problems, but don't accept it to the point where it's weighing on you and you thinking about it later. You know what I'm saying? Give them the best advice that you can give them, man. And that's it. Thank you,
And
Jenny.
keep it moving.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So just be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you going through stuff like that, because I'm telling you, you'll cause issues down the road, man. You ever watch something sad or scroll on TikTok or something like that? You see something sad for a second and it just hit you. Now you all messed up behind it. You know what
For
I'm
the
saying?
rest of the day.
That's energy. You picking up energy. That's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You out there in the field picking up energy. You picking up happy energy. You know what I'm saying? You may see something happy that made you smile for a minute. You scroll again, you see something sad. Like your
Mm-hmm.
emotions like this.
Up
Just
and
off
down.
just off scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Just off watching the news or you know what I'm saying, or Twitter or hearing something that's going on in the world. So yeah, man. That's all, bro.
You
That's
hitting
what
that you hit that thing on the head. I used to watch Love and Hip Hop with my ex-wife. And
mm-hmm.
notice like after we get through watching it, we wind up arguing about something silly like they was. Or she
See?
be on the phone with a friend, you know, talking about how her dude doing her dirty, then she started looking at me.
Yep. Yep.
I'm like, bro, we don't got them problems. Stop that. Stop
Yep.
that.
Oh, didn't even know that you even picked that up, bro. I'm telling you, man, that's how it is. Y'all got these invisible magnets that y'all go around with, you know what I'm saying, just picking up things that you don't even know. So be mindful of that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm good. Shake that off, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that been in here, man. I appreciate all
Big
y'all.
old facts. Appreciate
Seriously.
y'all so much. What's up, Jenny? Cause it's like, bro, like you said, you hit it on the head. We picking up that energy, and we don't understand the fact that we are sociable beings. You know what I'm saying? We live in
Yep.
society. All these
Yep.
root words, SOC. We socialize with each other. You feel me? All we don't recognize the people that you kicking with for no reason determine your
Yep.
existence. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And I used to watch Love and
Yep.
Hip Hop just to study that stuff. So it's
Yep.
like, dang, you know what? When it started coming home, I already knew what time it was. I was like, hold on, G. You don't recognize the energy that's around you, so now you putting it off on me. But let me tell
Yep.
you, we don't got them problems. But we about
Yep.
to have them problems because what? How you perceive it. How you
Yep.
perceive it. I could not be cheating on you the whole time. But if you perceive me as cheating, guess what? In your mind, I can't change that. I can't
Can't
change
change.
what's in your head. That's your
Uh,
reality.
Yep.
And some
You
people
already you
think you
already
cheating on them because you outgrowing them.
You
What's
already
that?
made this fact about me before I even got started. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. Like, just real quick, man, is the fact that like when you get into a relationship, a lot of times, because of this past person hurt you. You know what I'm saying? You just feel that when you bring that next person in, if this person is the same person, well, why did you give them a chance? Because when an employer fires somebody from stealing, they don't bring a new person in and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to give you the job, but yeah, the last person stole from me, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on you." They don't do that. They give you a
Nope.
shot, a fair chance.
Nope.
So that's what you got to do. Like I know it's hard, but you got to open up your heart to the next person that you bring
Facts,
in
Andrew.
life. Because I'm telling you, they didn't have nothing to do with what my man did. They didn't have nothing to do with him being out in the club and bouncing around and cheating on you and laying next to you on the phone cranking or trying to shoot a shot at your homegirls or whatever the case may be. So you got to keep
Oh, they
that in
finna be
mind
mad.
too.
They finna be mad because I got something to add to that.
Go ahead, bro. Piggyback.
Half of the time, people don't be concerned about you cheating because they wanted to cheat anyway. And they like, dang, hold on, hold on. So you did it and I was holding back because I was
Yep.
like, because even though you don't do it, the fact that you thought about it, you feel me?
Yep.
You thought about cheating so many times and
So
all the
many.
while. Now that's the
Yep.
environment you creating. So you would surmise like, hold on, if I'm thinking about it this much, you obviously thinking about it too, and you probably
Yep.
did it.
You've been thinking the whole time. How many times do people find out somebody cheating and instead of them leaving, they stay with them and cheat back? How many times do they do that? I got to
Cause
get you.
man, too many times. Cause that's what they needed an excuse. They
See
needed
what
an excuse to do it.
I'm so you got to keep that in mind, man. Like I said, man, that's deep, bro. That's deep. Man, we had a powerful morning, bro. We had a
All
powerful.
day. We finna have a powerful day. You hear me?
Seriously, man. Shout out everybody that's in here, man. Make sure I
For
pick up
sure.
gold. I got you, bro.
Likewise, pick up my bro Gamble, man. Love you, King. Appreciate that jump
Love you
start. You
too,
feel me?
bro. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off for a reset. I'll see you in a minute, King.
For sure.
People too.
You
All right,
got this.
bro. Peace.
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 Man, I'm trying to tell you, hey, it's the people that you hang around for no reason that determine your existence. We got this, y'all. Sometimes, when you look at your environment and it don't look familiar, it's because, shoot, the energy within you is like, you know what? I hear you talking, but I really can't hear you. Because we here for a bigger purpose than this little stuff that you want to focus on. You feel me? We here for a bigger purpose than this little stuff that you want to focus on. And a lot of times, we be thinking these problems come to bring us down, but it's to put you in a focus zone. You feel me? If it wasn't for that person that you cared about so much, making you feel a certain way, would you ever pay attention in the first place? Would you have ever paid attention in the first place? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, though. I'm so in love with my life, you hear me? To the point I can appreciate the plight and the lives of other people. That's why I'm at with it, y'all. And that's where we gotta be. We gotta get to that point in life that we like, you know what? I understand my plight enough to love me, and in turn I love everybody else that's living this life. But when you don't love yourself, it's easy to surmise that you don't like somebody else. You feel me? All the while we be breaking up with people because now we see they human. Now we see that they human. What's up with it, Ashley? Good to see you, love. We see that they human, and now we want to hold it against them. But darn, last time I checked, we can develop an understanding based on that. I used to know the people that I was dealing with had certain hang-ups, so guess what I used to do? Avoid putting them in certain situations. Now, if they in them situations on their own, that's their choice. But to make somebody go through things while you with them, you feel me? As a result of what situations you put them in, that's a whole nother ball game. Like Bryson Tiller was saying, made you go through it twice. You feel me? Stop being that twice in somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting them through things just because you ain't right. And at the same time, recognize if you keep going through the same thing, it's something for you to learn from it that you didn't learn the last time. And furthermore, let's get to this. If you keep going through the same problems, if you learn from it the last time, you should be better for it. You should be better every time this thing come back around to the point it don't hit you the same way. A lot of us, we still be in shock. We still be in shock. That's why we get knocked off our feet every time. Because we in shock at the reality of this existence. Like you tripping. Appreciate that love, Angel. Appreciate that investment as I seek to invest in you. At this point in life, you shouldn't be shocked about nothing. Even for my babies out here, for the young folk, you feel me? You shouldn't be shocked. Because you done seen the possibilities. You done seen what can happen. So when these things happen, you should be prepared to exact your purpose in those moments. You feel me? To bring forth your purpose in that moment. I got this one line in my song where it say, I woke up thinking, like, what's the meaning? Said, what's believing? When it pays to know why. It pays to know I. You feel me? I got to figure it out. I got to figure it out at all costs. And shoot, quite frankly, you ain't the only one trying to figure it out. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop. Stop holding your guard up because you so scared of, the next time somebody do this to me, I don't know if I could take it. Come on, G. I appreciate that love. I appreciate you taking that opportunity as well to, support the real. Support the things that are revealing greatness in your life. So therefore, life sees what you are doing. And we so habitual in life, life just keeps saying yes, yes, yes. So when you do good things, recognize that those good things, it has no choice but to reverberate back in your life. As sure as you put roses on my flow, guess what? Somebody gonna supply you with a dozen of those things. That's how the good side go. No different than how it go when you putting out bad energy. You feel me? No different than how putting out bad energy. When you putting out bad energy, that thing ain't got no choice but to come back to you. It ain't got no choice but to come back to you tenfold. When you putting out good energy, it come back to you tenfold as well. But get ready for the overload. Get ready for the overflow. We all got to stick together and teach each other. And that's how we raise the vibrations of everybody, including these babies that's looking to us for that proper energy. Again, they going to figure out the solutions that's for them, just like you had to figure out the solutions that's for you. They going to figure out the solutions that's for them, just like you had to figure out the solutions for you. You got this, champ. We just got to create the environment to where it's conducive for you to do so. And I'm glad you stepped into this environment. Welcome to the Golden Zone. If you don't know who I am Gold, man. I've been sent to raise the vibrations. I've been sent to make you recognize that, you know what? The truth you looking for ain't outside of you, it's within. So tap in before you tap out. You'll never know what can happen until you give yourself the ability to do so. All the while we've been looking at this person and this person thinking this is the happiness I've been seeking. Truth be told, the happiness you need is within. What's up with a public figure? The happiness you need is within. The true joy that can't nobody take, it starts within you. And as much as you think everybody else great, guess what? You only been around yourself 24 hours, right? So you don't know nobody better than you know yourself. So as much as you surmise that these other people is great, guess what? That's really truthfully deep down what you know about yourself. And we apply it to everybody else. So if you think everybody ain't nothing, that's truthfully deep down how you feel about yourself. You feel me? How you feel about yourself. Don't be worrying about when people don't like you. That's how they feel about themselves. So stop taking that stuff to heart. Stop taking that stuff to heart. If anything, you recognize where you can help people. You feel me? You recognize where you can help people. As sure as you see the problem, you see the solution as well. But are you willing to be solution oriented? Or are you willing to be caught up in the problem so then you just complaining all day? The precipitation of being solution oriented is joy. Joy comes. Joy comes in the morning, right? We mourn when things pass away. Let's phase these things out. What's up with it, Cashapp, baby? Let's let these things phase themselves out. You feel me? We going through different phases. The people that was with you before can't go with you to the next phase. Nah, they can't go with you to the next phase. And it's okay. It's okay. You got to learn to be okay with that. I know in your mind you might want to drop a tear, but drop a tear as though these people are no longer here. You know what I'm saying? Like we do with the folk that got to phase out of this existence. We got to let these folk go, right? Same thing with them other folk. They done phased themselves out because they wasn't willing to go the distance that we all got to go. But guess what? You stopping and holding yourself up ain't going to help them, though. You stopping and holding yourself up ain't going to help them. Because without the example of where we supposed to go next, the example of the path that we supposed to be on, by you living it, they don't know where to go. I got you, Angel. Make sure you tap in me. I said tap in me. Make sure you tap in with me when you get a chance. I appreciate you being here for this charging session. You know, again, for my folks, this on my spirit. For my folks that's so caught up in people cheating on you, recognize that a lot of times it's because you had the thought to cheat yourself, and then you mad because somebody else beat you to the punch. Let's stop. Let's stop with that. Stop with that. You feel me? Let's stop with that. The only cheating that you can do is cheating yourself out of life. You feel me? Learn from all your experiences. If you want to remember something, of course, you got to have an emotion. I tell people the easiest way to learn something is to have an emotional tie to it, right? So a lot of these things that we going through in life, the reason why it pulls at our heartstrings so much is for us to learn from it. You feel me? And remember what we learned. So here it is. It had to be somebody come in your life that you loved so much, that you was emotionally tied to, that taught you these lessons. That's why every time I get through talking to you, I say, I love you. I need you to have that emotional tie to these lessons so it stick. As Big Mom used to say, so it stick to your ribs. So you can live. You know what I'm talking about? By these virtues. These problems come to make you strong. Don't let them hurt you. Don't let them hurt you. And the way you don't let them hurt you is you work through it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to work out, shoot, them weights can hurt you. But if you work through it, if you work the weight, then them weights gonna make you stronger. So all these things that's weighing you down in life, hold on, work through that. Work through that. And know that you're gonna be stronger for working through that. Know that you're gonna be stronger for going through that. I tell you what, I've been working out in this sun for a while now, right? And a lot of people been like, man, how you been out here in these sun? I'm talking about this record-breaking sun, you know, shine this year. You feel me? How hot it's been. But I've been telling myself this whole time, I'm going through a detox. I'm going through a detox, and I've been detoxing in multiple ways. You hear me? I've been detoxing in multiple ways. There's a few things that I realized I used to do. You know what I'm saying? I used to love tree. But I realized tree was really my way of coping with certain things. It was my therapy at a certain point. But if you know, like I know, once you get through certain phases, you shouldn't be still going to therapy for that. Because now you just keep bringing that problem back. You just keep bringing that problem back at the same rate. No. Little baby, when you grow through that, shine so others might see that know that you went through that. This is how you go through that. And this is on the other side. You know, some people see you going through stuff and they like, man, I wonder if this person going to survive that. You know why? Because they want to know that they going to be okay for the things that they going through as well. They want to know if I'm going to make it. And you sitting there staying in your mess, ain't showing nobody whether or not they going to make it or not. But if you grow from everything you go through, that's what's building character. And what can't nobody see, you know, they say character is what you do when ain't nobody looking and can't nobody see, right? So there's a lot of things going on within us that can't nobody see. Can't nobody see how you dealt with such and such problem. Can't nobody see how you dealt with the different things that came up on you. But we can see what? The precipitation. You know what I mean? The things that you do later as a result. You feel me? The rainfall started way before the rain hit. It's on the sunny days when it's absorbing, when the sun is bringing the water up out the ground into the sky. It's the beginning phases of the rain. You feel me? When it's creating clouds or the magnetic energy from above is pulling the water out the ground. That's the beginning of the rain. But for a lot of us, we can't see the rain until it's hitting us on the head. For some of us, we can smell the rain when it's done built up enough in the clouds to where you know it's about to come down in any minute. But for a lot of us, I need for you to understand, for all of us, I need for you to understand the ways, the phases of this. You feel me? The phases of the water. You know, if we thinking like water ain't that important, you know what I'm saying? It's just water. Man, you over 72% water. So as sure as these things is being pulled from the ground, they being pulled from you too. The water in you is being moved. So when you start understanding how the water in you moves, you can charge your water. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to that water, say, hey, we going to have a lovely day. You feel? We're going to have a lovely day. And we human beings. You see what I'm saying? So that means you got to add to your state of being. You have the power of being happy. You have the power of being yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have that. What's up with it, King?
What's the
I ain't
word?
gonna lie to you. I'ma check in with you, but I can't have the music in the background, so are you cool? I'ma
Oh,
mute it, okay?
I'll deal
Oh,
thing,
okay,
bro.
we can chop it. We can chop it. How you doing though, King?
You already know I'm good. So you say you doing what? You
Man,
can't have the music in the background.
yeah, cause I usually put my lives up on YouTube, and you know how YouTube is about the music. I ain't gonna
Man,
hold you long, so
what
you better get back to it. But I just wanted to check in with my bro, huh?
you got 1,000 subscribers? Some watch time? You got
Yeah,
some
on
watch time
YouTube.
up?
You talking about on YouTube?
You got some
Yeah,
watch. Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
crazy. They be on my
I be fucking
dome
with.
cap.
What's your shit? Let me check. Let me type your shit. Let me subscribe
All
to
right,
your
it's Gold
shit.
Mine Tree Tribe TV.
Gold
Mine,
mine.
yeah, Tree
Oh, I got
Tribe. You see it?
you. I think so. Okay, 1.72.
Yeah,
Okay. Hey,
yeah.
I
We
just
been.
followed you. I'm gonna comment on your last video.
Man, appreciate that, my G. Appreciate that. But yeah, bro, we ain't been
Uh,
talking about too much. Just been talking about phasing out of different things, man. Sometimes we be wanting to hold on to certain people in our lives, but we don't realize we done phased out of that energy that brought them in. You feel me? We be like, man, I
that shit
wish I was still with such and such. You know what I'm saying?
it
But such and such ain't at a
happened.
vibration. What'd you say, Ken?
I said it happened. Shit, don't have the
Yeah,
same energy.
facts.
That
Once
shit
that
go.
energy change, everything gotta move around. And it's the
Stop.
equivalent. You know how people be like, you dead to me? It's the same equivalence. You feel me? Like when somebody pass away, it's the same energy. Like you gotta let them people go. You gotta let them go into their next phase. It's the same thing with them people that you was in a relationship with. You gotta let that phase out, man. Appreciate that follow, my king. All right, I'm already following. I had to double check. Yeah, I'm following you already, but it's all
Man,
good, y'all. It is all good to let people phase up out of your life. When the
shit.
last time
Or
you had to
watch.
phase you had to phase somebody out your life, bro?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I face people out my life all the time, every day.
I kind of gathered that. I heard a
I,
different level of strength too when you
man,
were
I don't
saying,
got nothing type. The iffy, the fuckery, the iffy, the iffiness. The oh man, what if what if that decision could have killed me? Hell no, no. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Out there.
"Hey, y'all hearing the real life testimony at that point. It gets easier," is what he's saying. For a lot of y'all like, man, I ain't never broke up with nobody. Hey, some people shoot. You might not even have to break up with. You just keep on being successful, and you'll see people leave. You be like, dang, I thought, cause I was getting better. You was going. Some people was only with you cause you was down. You
Exactly.
feel me? They felt like they was a little better than you, so they wanted to be around. But once it started looking like you better than them, they like, hold on, G, let me move around. Nah, I can't shame you no more.
Yeah. That wasn't look good as hell. Where you at? It's ugly as hell. Where I'm at,
Bro, I'm where don't nobody want to come to.
man. It look perfect outside. The sky looks perfect right now.
Take a wild guess where I'm at. I'm where
I mean,
don't nobody want to come. You hear me?
you might be some. I know that got to be the country somewhere.
Yes,
Shoot,
sir.
let me see.
I'm where don't nobody want to come to. I'm in that MI cricket letter.
It should be okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somewhere, shit, somewhere.
Look, bro, I got
Yeah,
down here and was like, whoa, I see why they don't want us to cut down here.
man, hey, man, what's wrong with that field and land? You
You feel me?
do a lot of things with that. Yeah,
Bro. And if you
right,
look at the demographic, bro,
man,
it's so many, like,
that's where the
look just
money.
like you, bro.
Yeah.
Look just like you. You be like, hold on.
Hmm? Oh
Hey,
yeah,
I know that.
I'm definitely no. I'm with the farm life. I'm with all that. Yeah, get that
For
money.
sure. Man, yes,
Yeah,
sir. And that's
yeah, I'm
the
with.
that's the abundance of taking care of yourself. You feel me? When you dealing with the self sufficiency of farming and dealing with the earth, you get an overflow to the point now, like bro said, you can bring in your own currency too, cause you got so much you can't eat it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't keep it all for yourself. So sure, you got to give it away to folks, or put it on a commerce situation for other people.
Hell yeah, man. You already know. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all.
For sure. Shout out to all the big tappers. Shout out to
You
all the
already know.
gifters.
I subscribe to your YouTube, man. Tap in with me, bro. I
For
comment on
sure,
your recent video. Just subscribe whenever you can. Uh,
bro.
what'd you say?
Okay, I got you. I'm definitely gonna subscribe to you. I got you, King. Love.
Okay,
I said I'm gonna subscribe to your channel back.
100.
Love, King. Man, Marley, what we doing, y'all? What we doing? We phasing out of the old ways, y'all. What's up with it, Brian? Appreciate you stopping through. We phasing out of our old ways. I promise you, we gonna be better for it. We gonna be better for it always. As long as you don't let that energy bring you down. You feel me? You should rise above all the different things that come up in your life. Thank you, Miss Marley, for the roses. Your presence is truly a blessing. Ain't no use in me stressing. Cause I know I'm gonna be better for everything that I've been testing to see if the science is right. And I'm confessing. I see the time is right. For me to go with my move, I'm no longer obsessing. Oh, you finna make me look that up. I'm finna learn something today. Let me see if I can say that right. Centrifugal. Did I say that right? Centrifugal to the negative. Now I know what fugal is. I love the metaphysics. That's why I tap. You see, they call me gold mine. You know what I'm saying? The meta is in your head. You feel me? And this meta controls the physical. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Native star. That's definitely, I just bring it to the people in a layman's way. You feel me? I bring it to the people in a way that they can understand, depending on who I'm dealing with. But I can talk to I can talk to a scientist all the way down to somebody who didn't even finish school. They say, okay, centrifugal. Did I say that right? Centrifugal. Centrifugal or centrifugal? Which one is it? What's up with the TikToker? Man, I'm doing amazing. Okay, so is it centre? Centrifugal? Like who to raise you, girl? You acting like this don't fade. Don't feel.
Good
You hear?
morning. Good morning.
Grand Rising. How you doing, love?
I'm good. How are you, love?
I can't complain at all.
So it's centrifugal.
Oh, centrifugal. That's
You're
it, right?
moving, yes, moving
All right.
away from
Okay, okay. That sound like what we talk about though. I
oh
needed that one. That's the
always.
vocabulary word for y'all too.
And it's just like, a lot of times when we gravitate, we gravitate away from something, but then we go back. But when you're in a place of protecting your peace and being grounded and even transforming other energies into a positive to, you know, bring yourself to a higher place
Right,
for your higher self, then you're not going to be thinking about all the things that are not conducive to being healthy.
right. To stand in that vibration. And then say that word again, cause I'm trying to get it in my head. Mister, say it back what it is though.
Centrifugal.
Centrifugal, centrifugal, centrifugal. I might have to put that in the song, just to make sure to get that in my head for real.
Yeah.
Cause
So, and a lot of times, when you're thinking of things that that are healthy for you, or even protecting your peace. You're not relying on the energies of other people. You're recreating what you have in your own space.
Facts.
As you're essentially building a wall, um, for the not so high vibrational people,
Mm-hmm.
like you're on a different level, you're on a higher plane, or
Right.
even just in a different space in your life where you just like, I don't have time for it. It's just like being on the water.
Right.
You find more peace near water than you would being in a concrete house or building or whatever. You won't find peace inside of a place where there's someone that's listening to you, but do they don't really understand where you're going or where you came from. They just hear your story.
Right.
But everybody picks up a book, but everybody is their own book, and it's up to you to like fill in the pages.
No, that's facts. And to take the time. Sometimes you gotta read a book again too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you sometimes you're forced to rewrite your story,
Mm-mm.
but
That too.
you rewrite your story when needed or when forced.
Right. I'm definitely gonna be centrifugal to all of this nonsense. You feel me? It's
Yeah,
funny. It's funny that
and
go ahead.
I was just saying, I've started like you can I create my own affirmations, and it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is for me. But I know when it can reach someone else and they say, that's a way to look at it. Of course, it's you're essentially making a way for you to be on a different perspective, because our way is not always the right way. Of course,
Right.
if you got a connection, you got that Wi-Fi to the higher, to God, of
Come
course
on.
you're going to be in a better space, you
Facts.
know.
It's
But
endless at that point.
once you disconnected, you're kind of floating out there, you know. Nobody
Leaving
wants to be
yourself
on the
open.
water. Nobody wants to be on the water and don't know how to get off,
You get
or
seasick
nobody
out
wants
that
to be in
thing.
the, or nobody wants to be on the water and don't know how to swim,
Tell
or
me
or
about it.
or even survive the waves,
Miss D. I'm trying to tell you. But
because
those
they
different
'cause they
things help you
can
survive.
they can get at you. And it's just like, I share some of my affirmations, and I gotta make a post for the one that I missed yesterday. But the post yesterday was, I'm not in pieces because I found my peace.
Say that 3 times. I'm not in
I'm, I'm not in pieces because I
pieces because I
found my
found my
peace.
peace. Okay, okay. Hey, people don't realize, a lot of words that sound alike, they have different vibrations. So which way you gonna use it? Cause that peace, I'm not in pieces, sound just like peace. You see what I'm saying? But you choosing the other vibration, the higher vibration.
Good morning, good morning. Um, and you know that you found your peace when everything that you doing is geared toward yourself. It's okay to care about people, but you can't care about what they think about what your decision is being, how your decision is being made.
Right,
You
right.
know, it's okay to be selfish when it comes to like your mental health is a part of your energy, but at the
It
same
is.
time, it's just like you got to be whole, heart, mind, body, and soul, not just the mental side of it, emotionally too. But the emotional
Mm-hmm.
side is a part of connected to your soul.
Facts. Big old facts. I'm
And it's
listening. I
just
gotta
like,
change.
and a lot of times I find myself like there's goals that I have, and it's
Okay.
all with helping those who I feel can benefit from my energy, you know, and I want that for them. But they want that from me, but I have to see where they're trying to go with their energy. Like I just can't just give it to you. You have to like pretty much not earn it because my energy that I give is my gift, not theirs to take from me. And it doesn't have to be monetary all the time or whatever. Sometimes people just want you to, lend the ear to you. Just like you're gonna share things, of course, but and you're human. Especially it's like music. It's already connected to you. You just gotta hear it and feel it and see how it connects to you. Um, I don't know. It's always a vibe when it comes to music. That's why I like different kinds. Like, being the person that I am, of course, I love me some UGK. I love UGK for some reason, but you know, at the same time, it's just like I come from a place where, things were hard, things were difficult, things, you get it how you live, how they say. But it doesn't have to be that way always. You can just live through it. You still there?
ASAP, huh? Man, I don't know. ASAP, huh? Man, I don't know. My G, what's up with it? Miss Marley, where you at? I don't know. My G, what's up with it? Miss Marley, where you at? I don't know. My G, what's up with it? Miss Marley, where you at? I don't know. Got you down. Hold on. Miss Marley, she's still in here, okay. Got you down. Hold on. Miss Marley, she's still in here, okay. Let me send it back. Let me send it back. Let me send it back. Let me send it back to you, Miss Marley. 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 There we go. There we go. What? I sent it. There we.
Hey,
We
well,
back. We back. We back.
I'm back.
Sorry about that.
Um,
My
but yeah,
signal acting
so
crazy out here in the country.
where is that?
M.I. Cricket letter, cricket letter.
Oh, my hometown, my home state.
Yeah. See,
I love it in
see how the
Mississippi.
energy work.
I love it in Mississippi. Where part are you at?
I'm in what they call Longs, but I be all through the top of Mississippi, like Clarksdale, South
Corner.
Haven.
Yeah,
Huh?
okay. And corner.
I haven't been there yet. I'm actually working with this electric company out here, so I'm going where they where they got services at. The
It's
company is
it's
called Entergy.
yeah, that's the power company. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people, say, oh, Mississippi not nothing. Mississippi is where you need to be to get that energy because it's trees, it's
Come on,
grassland.
come on.
You know, You're not smelling the diesel and that stuff. You can be right. You can get grounded right there. You amongst
That's
your
what I've been
ancestors.
doing every morning. But I've been feeling like ever since I stepped like came through the state line, I felt my ancestors. I was like, ooh, it's something here. And then
Oh,
should I keep seeing people that look just like my kinfolk? I'm like, hold on, G. Thank
your
you, Kevin, for
ancestors.
that love.
Your ancestors. It's always a good thing. Especially there.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Thank you, Kev.
I don't want to. If I was to move back to Mississippi, it would be somewhere there. Now I'm from the central Mississippi area, like Jackson and
Okay.
Pocahontas area or whatever. But still, is you still get that country vibe, where you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about. You do have to worry about people, trying to knock your block off, but
Oh yeah.
that's everywhere.
Man, I'm telling you, that's everywhere. At this point, the world is a ghetto. You know how they talk about the concept of ghettos. Like at one point in time, before they put people into ghettos, they had a situation where they put animals
Mm,
into what we call a ghetto, right? And what they
yeah,
figured out was when you put these animals in these situations of lacking resources, they will attack each other and tear
yeah.
each other apart. So, I'm not surprised in these different pockets. That's what people are doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I still got family there, so I know what it is out there. Even
Man, it ain't
even
no
in
joke,
different.
especially in Clarksdale.
Shoo. Yeah, I just would
Shit,
be.
I was in Tutwiler. Tutwiler is wild.
I've never been there before.
Love to my people out there though.
But you can
I'll
you
put it to you.
can.
Let me say this right, cause I don't want nobody to get it confused. It's a lot of beautiful people here that don't take no stuff. That's what I say.
Oh yeah, and then that's
Um,
it's not
Somebody asked, did you say Cartersville?
Cartersville. No, I've never heard
Is
of
that in
Cartersville
Mississippi?
before. I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Oh, I think they was talking to me probably. I said Clarksdale.
Uh,
Clarksdale.
they said might have misheard.
So like, where is Cartersville at? Real fade. But ain't you in Texas or something right now though?
Oh, me?
Where you at?
I'm in
State.
Alabama.
Oh, so you just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Oh yeah, for sure. 4 hours.
hmm I need to get that way anyway. I got a little person out there I need to lay eyes on because she just like I was. She don't like
Oh,
phones.
yeah. I understand that one. Sometimes
Them
it's
teenagers.
good- it's it's good to connect to people, outside of the phone line and stuff or whatever, because you just don't
Peaceful.
really know.
Okay.
You'll catch a vibe and see where they need to be or how you can help or how you don't need to help.
Right, right. But it's like you said though, I know a lot of people they take that phrase or that word being selfish. You know what I'm saying? They
The
take it
wrong
the
way.
wrong way. But what I realized is I'm a good person. So if I take care of me, you feel me, it reverberates to other people. You know what I'm saying? As an example, as well as I'm able to help other people when I take care of me. But if I don't take care of me, I can't help you. I ain't got nothing.
Hmm. Well, sometimes it's just like, you can lend some type of motivation, just a little piece, a piece of
Mm-hmm.
your a piece of your piece can spread like the witness of water.
Right, Fade. Yeah,
it's,
that's facts.
it's up to you to keep it wet. But
You hear me?
it's just like, and some people just don't get that analogy, and it's just like, well, think about it. When you touch somebody, you know, and it helps them like spiritually or mentally or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it stays like it stays like a drop of blood. And
Big
it's
old
just like
facts.
it's up to you. You gonna let it dry or you gonna let it, stay and moisturize the very being that you trying to become.
Mm-hmm.
You can't live without blood. You can't live without water.
Nope. We need all that, and it gotta be in balance. Cause
And it's
too
gotta
much of
flow.
either one to take your ass
And,
out.
and you gotta continue to have that flow of it or it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
dry up.
Big old facts. That's what I was thinking about this week. I gotta work on my hydration. And a lot of people think you hydrated just because you drinking water.
Hmm.
But there's different types of water.
Yeah,
So
you do gotta put in the work yourself. That's true.
and you gotta get in that water. Like I gotta get to the ocean somewhere. Cause me being a cancer sign, I need to get in the water.
Oh,
You feel me?
wait. Mm-mm.
Gotta
You
get
know
in
how
that
to cut
water.
them off, don't you?
I got to. I got
Good.
to. It's been
Yeah.
bad though. Like ever since, like, cause I tell people, when I used to be addicted to certain substances, I was able
Yeah.
to overcome and like, I was almost like one of those followers or person trying to fit in type of thing. So
Yeah.
what's up with it, Miss Kenya? It was easy for me to assimilate with other people. But when
Yeah.
I'm in myself and I'm sober, I don't got no time for it if it don't make sense. I promise you. Peace to you, Queen.
Grand
I don't got
Rising.
no time for it. Grand Rising.
Hey, love.
Hello. I mean, hi.
Well, you keep checking your word and for stuff like hello. I mean hi.
Yeah. Trying to watch my words.
That's real talk. I figured that's what you was doing. I caught on. I'm like,
Hey, just be you. I used to think that way, but at the same time, it's just like I fell in love with what I say because it's me
and your
and
intentions behind it.
my intentions behind it because my intentions may not be their expectations, but when it comes to my piece, it don't matter.
Hold on, say that word again. Centrifugal.
Centrifugal. Yes.
I'm in here. I'm centrifugal to the nonsense. Yeah.
So
I like
it's just
learning
like,
stuff still. I'm still a little kid in the head on that.
well, since you're in a great place to find a place like this, so Mississippi has like a lot of creeks and a lot of like tall trees where you can sit amongst. You go and find you a creek or some trees that sit close together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, do.
You'll feel way different when you meditate among it.
Dude, I think that's exactly what I missed about like, cause my family we got a spring on our land, and now that you say that, I used to wake up crying about different things, like wanting to be home. You feel me? And that's what it is, that longing for the places where I used to meditate. I used to, man, me and my brother used to disappear. We just follow the stream. You feel me? Just be talking about everything and just appreciating life, planning life, and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely. It's funny that you say it's quick. I'm quick to cut people off. Like I'm talking to people today about phasing, recognizing when certain people leave your life. It's because the phase that you're going into, or the
Hmm.
phase in life that you was when you met them people, that's over with. Um, but you gotta
Yeah,
let that be though.
yeah. You will let it be if you. So if you're still feeling a way about it, you haven't let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And you like when you totally disconnect, you don't feel nothing. It's just like a phone line. Oh,
Right.
once you broke that connection, it's a wrap. Like we're sorry, you reached a number that has been disconnected or no longer in service.
Damn.
If you feel that you reach this
This
recording in
number
there,
by X.
please check the number and try your call again. So
Mm-hmm.
it's already letting you know, oh, it's over. It's a wrap. Like you don't have no connection to me.
At all.
But it's when you connect to that person or when you connect to that certain thing that like brings you some sort of ease. You know how if your phone ever been turned off or if your lights ever been turned off, you know that feeling that you get when it's turned back on. And
It's like you renewed at this month.
you'll be
I
like,
know for
what?
me, the beauty is not to cut you out. I was gonna try to veg you back on that. The beauty that I'm recognizing nowadays is how I'm so in tune with the phases of life though. Like when it get ready to rain outside, it's like I had those grateful tears in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even like I haven't been outside yet at the point when I'm sitting in the bed, going through the things that I'm grateful about and I begin to cry. But then I go outside and I'm like, dang, oh, we connected for real. Whereas I can remember a time I was so disconnected from nature to the point I just was angry. Just angry and confused.
I don't really think that. I don't think it was just the fact that you was disconnected to nature, and it could have been. But the another way to look at it is
Hmm.
like when you conformed or adapted to a box, it's gonna
Right.
make you feel away because you're trapped within your feelings. You're trapped amongst what was set right there at you, and there's no release. There's no way for you to get out. So it's just like,
Mm.
okay, so if I'm in a space where I feel like I'm not financially able to do what I need to do for me, I'm in a box already. So
Right.
naturally, I'm going to feel away. But once I
Hmm.
get out of it, once I get out of that situation or I pull myself out of that box, I'm like, man, whew, it's a relief.
Like you said,
Now
they turn
on to
that
the
phone
next
back on.
thing. It's just like one box. It's like a hallway. What door are you gonna choose?
Hmm. And no matter what
You know
room
it's
you
gonna
go
lead.
in,
You know it's gonna lead somewhere. But regardless of wherever those doors are, there's always a way out. So you don't have to choose a door.
right, you don't. And the good thing is, no matter what direction you go, I'm starting to learn like all the problems that you go through, it's merely to show you the blessing on the other side if you willing to see it. Like having to sacrifice certain things is very uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? But remember what sacrifices are
Mm.
for. And once you remember that, you be like, whatever problem I gotta go through, it's whatever with me. You know, it's whatever. Cause I know on the other side of this endeavor, I'm gonna be better.
It's always a
Like you
process.
said, with those intentions.
Intentions, your intentions may not be their expectations, and your expectations may not be their intentions.
Mm, talk about it.
So I have a few
Hey,
questions.
let's
Maybe you
get it.
guys can answer.
Sure.
So I have I be in the TikTok streets, right? And I
Right.
go to different lives, and some lives I hear people who are like one love, love is love. And then I go to other lives that basically just concentrate on us.
Mm.
I'm torn. Am I supposed to be one love or am I just supposed to be concentrated on us?
Hmm. I take that and I let Miss Marley clean it up. What I've come to realize, like when it comes to those separate phases or separate situations, I realize like sometimes when it comes to the more focused conversation, it's preferenced as though it's about that love for each other, but a lot of that love for each other is sparked by way of somebody else's hate for us. So for me, I've come to learn that I can show love to my people as well as myself and others without even entertaining that hate. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, like, if you got a hater, right, the more attention you give that hater, the more they become a part of your reality.
Mhm.
regardless. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm
Mhm.
coming to realize like, I'm always gonna be for the people that obviously look like me. Of course, I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to push that. For me, Black Lives Matter kind of showed me that. Like the redundancy of them saying that, it made me feel like, what? You don't got to tell nobody that it matter. If it mattered to you, right? So then I started realizing, like, hold on, a lot of people are are gaining traction as well as making people follow them by way of playing up on people's trauma,
Mhm.
the lack of being accepted by other people. Like to keep talking about that stuff for me is because I'm upset that people don't accept me. But man, when it comes to just being myself, that breaks all barriers or so-called color lines. Like, cause I realize all of that stuff is, that's made up. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, genetics is real, but what I'm saying by the social things that we make up in order to say we part of this group, we didn't even come up with that. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have no choice. We was kind of forced into a grouping. And even when you get into that grouping, it's so many diversities within that grouping to the point if you can't appreciate diversity, you begin to go into the next phase of, so-called black men against black women. You see what I'm saying? To the point we just hating on each other for the differences. Versus once you start appreciating life for the diversity that is life, you can appreciate no matter who it is. And even if other people's intentions is bad for me, it ain't until I allow that thing to happen that it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm aware of all the possibilities. You see what I'm saying? But you create the environment for certain things. And I recognize that when I'm not in certain environments, I don't get that energy. Regardless, as much as people talking about it's gonna be a R war, and I'm trying to use my words
Mhm.
codified,
Mhm.
them people gonna have to fight their children in order to even get there. Because their children grew up the same way we grew up. In the 80s and 90s, we watched a whole bunch of other groups on TV before we even had an opportunity to be on that thing. You feel me? So,
Mhm.
truthfully speaking, we don't have that hate in our heart for real. We grew up watching these people. You know what I'm saying? Learning life lessons from Full House and stuff like that to the point it's like, it's not until somebody condition you to start thinking that way or you feel that the hate from somebody else that you start being like, you know what, I don't like this. Like, but if it takes somebody else's dislike of you for you to start liking yourself, do you really like yourself? So at that point I just be like, you know what, don't get me wrong, I can have those conversations, but I don't feed into it because I don't feed into it like making it my only thing, because at the end of the day that becomes a whole, chasing the monster around the room and your only focus is, oh well shoot, these people don't like us and I don't like, man, come on now. They keep you out of peace, you know what I'm saying? Because you keep on thinking about the people that don't like you. Like, if you set out to do something good for me and I in turn take it like I manipulated you. You feel me? That's how I feel. But the moment you start taking it on, then it's a bad thing. But if you just leave it at I set out to do something good and this person, this who I wanted to help, that's where it ends at. You know what I'm saying? So as sure as our people had the mind frame of being of service, right? To the point it was manipulated by another group, it still don't change that within our culture. If you're not able to be of service, you was considered somebody who lacked value. So for me, I'm like, man, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with being of service, no matter who it is, because I value people overall, and I recognize my children gonna be here after I'm gone. So the effects that I leave behind, how I treated people, as well as the inspiration that I was able to give multiple groups of people, is gonna be their existence. So it can be a heaven or hell. You see what I'm saying? And if I continue to keep the strife going, I already know that's gonna be hell. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. There's some folks out here that they gonna continue to feel how they feel. But just like we was talking about phasing out or vibrations and stuff, hey, they vibration gonna phase out, but recognize to me that's a low vibration. You know what I'm saying? And I have to rise above my current circumstances in order to be where I want to be in life. So constantly focusing on what my ancestors went through, some of the things that people are trying to keep in the now is what keeps that stuff alive. So as much as we talk about it in order to make sure other people are aware, real talk, like that's almost like saying I'm the only one with a struggle. You see what I'm saying? But when I recognize everybody got a struggle, and quite frankly, we exist on that same level with that struggle, it ain't nothing to keep talking about to me. Like, it gets to a point. Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciate hearing my sisters and my brothers talking about it from a sense of solidarity, but are we trauma bonding? And then when we get through that, at least that's how I look at it. But I totally
Like
appreciate the
for,
fearlessness and the wherewithal that people have to have those conversations. Don't get me wrong.
like for me, I just feel like if we don't separate, we're going to repeat the same cycle over and over again. Is I don't like me. It's not like I hate them, but I mean I don't, of course, give them the same love that I give my own. I know my own can also betray me, so it's not just um, those set folks, but it can also be my
Mm-hmm.
own.
Right.
Um, it's just hard for me because I see it still happening today, and I know that we never got to heal as a people, and I know that DNA has memory,
Facts.
and until we get to heal, I don't feel like um, we'll grow as a people. Like I look into the world and I see that everybody else can have a people, but when it comes to us here in the United States, we have to be part of everybody. Opposed to like you got the Italians, you got the French, they can have their own people, but when it comes to the people in the quote unquote black people in America, we have to intermingle or be with everybody, and to me that's not fair. If,
Can I ask you this though? Who
mhm.
can um who can stop any of us from practicing the things we want to practice? Like I'm talking about in 2022. Like who can stop, me from taking care of the children in the ghetto?
I mean, you can yourself, and then other people can if they choose to.
Like okay, let's say for I'm gonna have to make it more narrow because that was kind of broad. My bad. Thank you for answering though. Um, like say for instance, if my idea of helping the children was to get them, what's up, G Shot? Was to get them inspiration and go by and talk to them, like who can really interfere with that other than me not doing it myself?
No one. Well,
And
yeah,
hmm,
I mean, if somebody hears you and they don't like your message, they can stop it. But
but if I ain't talking anything that's of vile nature, you think anybody would, you know what I'm saying? Like really interfere with that?
I mean,
Like as long as I'm talking about building them up and never even concentrating on nobody else, never speaking on nobody outside of the people I'm talking to, would it cause any conflict?
it could. I mean, it depends. If someone that's out there that don't want you to help build your people up, they could stop it.
But once I said it, like it's already out, right?
Yeah, it's already out.
So what I'm trying to get to is like for a lot of us, we refuse to recognize we have a culture. Because we still assimilating and trying to fit in with the dominant society. So essentially, we waiting to be recognized by the same people that we felt like wronged us. But
Yeah,
for
I'm not
me, I
trying to fit in.
recognize when I did. I mean, I know you not. But essentially, these conversations of feeling like somebody can stop us. Like, can nobody stop you from just being human and taking care of occupied, it's like almost like sticking out like a sore thumb. You know what I'm saying? The head that sticks out the hardest is gonna get hammered first. So it's always a way to
Hmm.
do things, but if we try to do it the same way that it was perpetuated upon us, then we really just putting ourselves out there. And as much as we saying we doing like this me talking to myself, because this is what I used
Hmm.
to do. Um, I used to try to go out my way to perpetuate certain things upon my people based on what other people did to us, to the point like I made myself an enemy of certain people when it ain't even about them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about them. And not to mention, when people come into our environments, we,
Mhm.
so to speak, are in control of that. You know what I'm saying? Those interactions between individuals. You know what I'm saying? The government don't control the one-on-one interactions, but the government is there to control the overall masses interaction. But when you are part of that masses conversation, then yeah, you got to fall in line with that. But when you dealing with some one-on-one conversation type stuff, really on the ground with it, it's like, can nobody really stop that? And once I seen that, I'm like, hold on. It's the perpetuation of the media. It's the perpetuation of me keep talking about it from certain instances that put the fear in me. And a lot of that stuff really ain't realistic. Like, nobody can't stop me from going to get no kids no food if I don't broadcast that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
Mhm.
can't stop that. And further, that's creating a culture within itself. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us, we know we got a culture and we talk about it, but we don't practice it. To the point it's like, yeah, that should sound good. But if you're not practicing the culture, then, complaining about other people not letting you do it, it really ain't real. It's just the idea that was put up on our ancestors to say, man, these people gonna stop you. Yeah, don't get it wrong. Our ancestors experienced certain stuff, but we as human beings across this planet have affected each other in certain ways. Like, the best way I can say it is, I was talking to this older man down here in Mississippi yesterday, and I was like, bro, you know what? A lot of our people are hurt because of the lies we done been told. And one of the biggest lies we done been told is that we can't love each other unless other people give us permission to. Quite frankly, can't nobody stop us from loving each other. But we
No,
done
I never
seen
heard that.
certain examples that was broadcasted, like where they pick out your Nipsey Hustles, your Dr. Sebies. Because once your light gets so bright, like you mentioned earlier, once your light gets so bright, yeah, there can be certain people who don't like what you doing because it's affecting another industry, right? But for a
Mhm.
lot of us, we don't realize we already tied up in that stuff too. See what I'm saying? To the point you belong to them people somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these people gave you your light. Some of these people gave you your platform. And so for you to turn around and, intentionally try to slight them, it's like you being cool with a homegirl or something, and then she go out her way to talk to your man or your friends and talk down about you.
Mhm.
Like, that's wrong regardless to the history. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do the same wrong and then say other people was wrong for what they did to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point in time, we got so much power in this situation, but the mission is love. So regardless to if somebody want to keep showing hate to me, I still got to show that love. You know what I'm saying? Like, people put us in these boxes, but it really don't dictate who we are. Like, we are so much more than black. You know what I'm saying? We are so much more than black to the point to even allow somebody to keep us in that box is the precipitation of these conversations. We have no choice but to be a part of that conversation of, man, somebody won't let me do it because what? We subscribing to being that. So as a result of being that, then this is what we got to deal with. But when you realize you so much more than that, and you start appreciating the differences in your people, as well as then it started to reverberate to other people, you start to recognize, like, if I had to use like so-called hip-hop culture, right? Everybody for the most part is allowed to be a part of that at this point. Even though it started, what's up, STL? Even though it started off as something that was created for, so-called black men that was marginalized.
Sorry about that. I
Mhm.
don't know what was going on. It was repeating.
Workforce. You good? Nah, you good. In order to invigorate themselves, encourage themselves, because you remember the first hip hop was, black men talking about how great they was, even in over exaggerated stances in physicality. You see what I'm saying? Now, when
Hmm.
you look at the circumstances that we in now, where other people are being grafted into that same culture, they can't come in on no disrespect. So it's
True.
the same thing that we got to show in society. Like, all right, if I'm out here, if I was still into eating certain things and I was out here having a cookout, um, if little Johnny walk up and want to eat with my kids, you think I'm telling he can't eat? No, 'cause that's a
I'll call
kid.
his little John. I don't care. Yeah, no, I wouldn't let him eat.
You feel? No, I get you, but reason why I say I wouldn't stop him is because,
They used to cook
okay,
us
if
at
you pay
picnics.
attention, if you pay
So,
attention when we was kids, we played with everybody when we was kids, right?
Right.
But it wasn't until we got to middle school and high school that you start seeing separations being made between us and the other people that we was in the sandbox with. But you got to remember, they was conditioned to be that way. So then once we start doing that, what conditions are we
Mm-hmm.
creating? We had the
Mm,
power at this point to change the way society is going because everybody looking at us and they been looking at us. But
Hmm.
at this point,
well,
it's like, shoot, you free from the chains. Now we got to take
I,
the chains off our mind.
But we're not
I
though.
think I think
What chain? What chain you see?
we I think we can make changes to society, but I think we have more control of what we conform to. We can set our own guidelines and our own conditions in our own space and at our own right. You know, it's just like, okay, so if you know that people are being coached and preached to about taking vaccinations,
Hmm.
your body is your own. It's up to you to say, no, I'm not going to take a vaccination.
Hmm.
No. And even as children, we do what we're allowed or we do what we're told. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, as parents, um, I don't have children, but this is like a coping mechanism, like for me when it comes to caring
For sure,
for
Demetri.
the same or like minded. You just have to step outside of yourself and say, this is what the guidelines are going to be. I don't want you to do this and the third, and I'm going to tell you why we're not having to allow them to do certain things, and they need to know the reason behind it. Because
Hmm.
when you raise a child and they have a mindset to say, I can do anything, I can be anything I want to be, I can do anything I want to do, they're encouraged to. And then
Mm-hmm.
as they grow older and they become more in control of their actions and they are aware, then they'll say, no, I'm not going to eat this because this is not good for me. I'm going to go ahead and make my bed up. It's a program. And whatever program you set forth for your offspring or your siblings or whatever, whoever you have influence on, then that's what they'll be if they're willing to receive it.
So
I don't know.
on the chains,
Go ahead. Go
by
ahead.
you being a melanated man, you can't just drive a car and walk down the street without possibly being targeted. So in a sense, you still have chains on you, or it might just be longer
But
chains, but they put some
mm-hmm.
chains on you though. And I mean, even in the justice system, when it comes
I can't.
into the medical system, there's different, um, I guess, ways that we are treated compared to the other people. So until it's equal, really equal, we'll always be in chains.
Um, I think the chains are created by what we feel like we're not able to
Don't take
what
away
we're not able to allow. You know what I'm
from
saying?
that.
Like, though he is a melanated man, though he does have things against him that will keep him in a certain space with whoever. The thing is just like he has his own mind and he has his own way of doing things and his own spirituality, his connection to who he is and his higher self, that those chains don't exist.
But in reality, they do though.
Well, they do if you allow them to. You
No,
know,
I get what both of y'all saying. Let me impart this to draw some balance too, though, because I get what she's saying as far as like the systematic stuff, and I get what you saying as far as it's all in your mind on how you view it. Perception is everything. What I want to add to that is, my mother used to always tell me, there's different levels of success or there's different ways to be successful, right? And
Mhm.
us as a people, we have to ask ourselves when we get to the groupings or whatever, we have to ask ourselves, what type of success are we looking for? Are we looking to be successful in this system? Because when I look around me, right, the more I start to understand nature, like the things that I so-called need, the resources that people are so-called keeping from me, I see them
Mhm.
growing in abundance in nature. But that's when I take the focus off of their system. I can see that. You see what I'm saying? But as
Mhm.
long as I'm seeking to be successful within their system, yeah, I see that. I totally can't take that away from you. You feel me? Um, but what I always have to remind myself is the Creator gave me life. You feel me? And as long as I focus on the nature, which is a part of the arm that's stretched out from my ancestors, then I'm unstoppable. You see what I'm saying? But I get the targeting, and what I say about that is, why wouldn't I be targeted? Like I'm highly, I'm trying to find the right words for it. It's a strong
Influence.
possibility I can make things change overnight. So I recognize the so-called perceived threat that I am to people who don't feel like they have that ability. You see what I'm saying? But we don't talk about where a lot of this stuff started at. Because a lot of this stuff is karmic.
Oh
As
yeah.
much as we was born in these days and times, it's a lot of karmic things that this is a result of. When albino babies was born in our tribes, they was, we talk about the A word, about women having a right to, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
we've been doing that for a while. So much so that we created a group of people that are warlike because of how they was treated. Um,
Hmm.
and when
But
I get to
so you try.
hearing, people talking about children, I have to remember these people are children in the sense of the human race. So I
So
have
you.
to deal with them no different than I deal with a child who talking crazy to me like they want to fight me. I'm not finna fight no child, but I'm gonna be the adult and teach them the way.
So you're saying that albinos are the quote unquote white people.
It's phases. I can't talk about that on here, but yeah, it's definitely part of the phase. The oldest name for what we call Caucasians is Albion.
I mean, there's no way because
Now,
they don't
Caucasian
have.
come from the
Maybe.
name Caucasus Mountain when they was
Yeah,
banished
okay.
for the unfair treatments.
Are we on Yakub? Is this where we're going with this?
Not yet, cause that's more of a synthesized story to give you the concepts of what I'm talking about. I can't tell you for sure if Yakub existed, but I can tell you there was a group of people that was called the Abions, and because they recognized their disconnect from nature, right? By not having this covering, they was surmising that if they would get a hold of the children, because they couldn't attack the adults, right? And if we talking about even slavery, those were kids. Um,
I don't
Long
believe in
story short,
slavery
they
in the sense that
synthesized
we
that
were
they
talking about.
could. No, I get that because it wasn't no like that overall story is meant to pump fear in you. But what I'm saying is like some people were so ignorant that they thought if they could eat your flesh, they could get this.
Uh huh.
So
Mhm.
when you get to talking about that conversation, this is it's a total misunderstanding within a being that makes them feel like, hey, if I could just be this person, which don't get me wrong, that's why I say, what is your level of success? Because if you want to be successful in the eyes of, your ancestors and what got you here is some people that believe in God in the eyes of your creator, you recognize you are already successful in your being. You know what I'm saying? Nature confirms your existence all the time. Whereas
Mhm.
other people have to have this so-called system in order to survive. But for a lot of us, we want to be a part of this system so bad that we surmise
Mm-mm.
that they doing us wrong. No, they need this system. We don't. But we keep on trying to be successful within this system and then being mad when we come in other people's house and they don't give us the same treatment as their kids. They not supposed to. That would be wrong. Like if I came in your house and expect you and I'm not their father, none of that.
Mhm.
I expect you to give me the same treatment or better than your kids. If you did, that would be wrong. You know what I'm saying? And for me to even think that way is terrible. You know what I mean? But The conversation gets broke up in, small pockets to the point it's easy to surmise that it's okay. And not to mention, if we moving in that same level of dislike or disdain for the same people that did it to us, was they actually wrong for doing that then? If we doing the same?
I
Mm.
mean, you're returning the energy back to sender.
But think about it though, if it's a low energy, I mean you have to get in the mud and then in the dog crap with them. I ain't with that. I ain't finna like I ain't gonna sink to the bottom of this of the water and drown myself just cause other people sought to drown me. You feel me? Like I'm not doing that.
I just
Mhm.
don't feel like
But I
me
ain't gonna be
returning it back
blind.
to them. I just know that the system, that whether we want to be a part of it or not, we're in it. Unless you move off grid and somewhere far, far away, you're going to be part of their system, whether you want to or not. Because, like I said, you could in your mind say, "I'm not part of their system." Walking down the street, and bam, police got you. Now you're part of their system. Now you're dealing with what they want you to deal
But
with.
whether I'm in, let me tell you this though, whether I'm in jail or outside, I'm still me. Like your state of
Right.
being is like if
Yeah.
like if you came up to me right now and spilled Kool-Aid on me, the
Hmm.
Kool-Aid didn't go into the inside of me, which is the feelings that I would draw from what happened. You feel me? It didn't. So I still have control of how I feel about it, no matter what environment somebody try to create. You see what I'm
Not
saying?
in
So
that,
I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, people do
not in that
perpetuate
natural
certain
eye.
things up on us.
No, I think
Huh?
it's like I think if you're not being in a natural eye, like you let the outside environment that most people
Determine yo.
conform to, if you let that the ability of your own thinking control the situation. It's like this. Okay, so we know that because you're a person of a particular ethnicity, you have more eyes on you than anyone else.
Hmm.
But here's the thing: regardless of those eyes, and regardless of what I have to adapt to, I still have to move the way I move because of who I am. I'm not. I can go below the grid and I can do this or whatever. But if my mindset is to not be a part of the effects of how they treat a certain group, then I can be my own person as long as I control what I feel and my actions. Yeah, there's some situations where you don't have control over, but you have control over how you react to it.
Hold on. That and that's one phase. Like but you said the solution, sis, right there. Like you said, off the grid. Like here it is. Our culture is really off the grid. You know what I'm saying? Our true culture is really off the grid, and that's why I said this system was not never meant for us. But for a lot of us, we wanted to assimilate to it to the point it led to all of us being assimilated into it after a while because the
Hmm.
children that were born after don't know no
Hmm.
difference.
Hmm.
But truth be told, our culture is really off the grid, doing for itself. But as long as we keep, dependent on this system, again, it's like they're coming into somebody's household. Like, they say, intelligence is where you able to take something that seems complicated and simplify for even a 3-year-old. So if I was to tell my 3-year-old, hey, don't go in somebody else's house thinking you gonna get some treatment that you're not deserving of because they not your parents. So for
Hmm.
all of us, it's something for us to really think about. Even if you already, because for a lot of us, we born into this, because our parents
Hmm.
was already into it. But once
Hmm.
you recognize there's other options, shoot, ain't no use in complaining about, you know what I'm saying? Not being accepted in this system. It's towards us to work towards creating our own systems. Like
Hmm.
systems are created to be success for you to be successful, right? So if we work within the natural ecosystem, we automatically gonna be successful. As much as people mocked us and stereotyped, so-called picking of cotton and stuff like that, that was really to keep you in this system. You know what I'm saying? To where you would never want to
Hmm.
grow your own food because you feel like, shoot, that's what my ancestors had to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't rock Gucci. Like, man, what? Gucci is using the same colors that our ancestors used to revive their sense of love for themselves, the red, black, and green.
See,
You feel
I
me? But
don't.
even with that red,
Like
No,
my
I know
genealogy don't
you
go
ain't
back to
into all of
Africa.
that mainstream.
Yeah, like
I only
yeah,
use. I put it to you like this. Let me clear that up. I only use the terminology of Africa because that's of course that's a modern term. First of all, second of all,
Africa.
the heavy concentration of people that look like us melanated people are there. You see what I'm saying? So we are associated. All of us are associated with people that come from that continent. But don't get it twisted. I recognize the natives or the original people of every continent, or you know what I'm saying, us.
Hmm.
So I get that, but I just use that terminology for people that understand the concentration, or people that don't recognize the reason why we consider that is because the heavy concentration of people in that area that look like us. But don't get it
Yeah,
twisted. Like, okay, when we get to talking about this American soil, are you in America or
I would say I'm
are you in
indigenous.
America?
Yeah, I'm in
No,
Texas.
I'm saying, are you in it? Okay, okay. When we get to talking about America, right? Have you ever heard of Mr. Musa?
Mansa Musa.
Okay, he was considered the richest man ever, still to this day.
Hmm.
Now, Mr. Musa went on, like, because a lot of people don't read his writings. Mr. Musa said he went out into the world looking for the previous person that was in the predecessor that was before him, because he left that
He came
area
up missing. He came up
wherever
missing. Yeah.
Mr. Musa was, right? And to the people that didn't know where he went, he took a whole group of people, his tribe or his entourage, as people would say. He took them to America. His name was Abu Bakari, and here it is. They say he came up missing, but that's just so you don't know who you are. So when you get to, we get to recognizing how we want to be entitled to certain riches, it's because we come from certain things. But when we look at the way riches has been taught to us, it's by way of so-called what, unalived presidents on paper, right? Those presidents on paper were supposed to be backed by the natural resources of the land. So if you just tap into the natural resources of the land, all of that goes out the window, because we work every day to what? Be able to go to the stores and buy resources. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
the
But if you
American
learn the
dollar
different ways of the
hasn't been back.
ecosystem, the reason for the different. Right. So we've been buying into a lot this whole time. So why would I even want to be a part of that system? That's the question we gotta ask ourselves. Like, why would I still be telling myself it's so? And then even being in that system, do you recognize, like, what do we recognize that we trying to compete to be better than somebody that created the system? That's impossible.
I
That's
know,
impossible.
but
So is
so, I'm sorry.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just
I
gonna
like the
say
cipher. I heard you.
I just feel like everything that we were taught is incorrect. Like the oldest pyramid in the world
Big
is in
old facts.
Peru. Is in Peru, not
Come on.
Africa. The biggest, the largest pyramid is in South America, not Africa. Um, it
There
wasn't
was
until the
hidden
late '80s, early '90s that they even tagged
pyramids
or
all
even
through North
attached Africa to us.
America.
Now, from the sound of it, I don't know if you're calling or if you're
Right.
more, maybe you are because I see the L in your name. Um, like, like I have beef with the Moors, and
The
I know they're the
understanding of it.
ones that
Remember what you said though. Remember what you said to lead off. Remember what you said to lead off. The history we was taught ain't true. So you got to keep
Hmm.
that in mind when you talk about the Moors too, though.
I do. This is how I
Think
feel. I
about
feel
it. The
like that.
Moors.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Now you're finished.
Now go ahead.
I was just gonna say
I was
that
just gonna say, think
when we
about it.
read
If
a
you
book,
say that, oh, I
oh,
think we lagging. Go ahead. My bad.
yeah, I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna come back on. That way, maybe we can be on the same level.
But I want you to finish your thought before you go though.
Oh,
Dang. She'll come right back though. When
yeah,
we think about the
yeah.
Moors, like, we was taught certain things about the Moors to make you not even look that direction. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
and that's a
And at that point, what's up with the Queen Mama?
hey, Chaz. And the thing
Go,
I really feel
go
strongly
ahead, Miss
about is
Wanda. What you
like
was finna say?
regardless of what our history was or our ancestors or whatever, um, the time is now to know what we're doing with ourselves. Like the time is now to know what purpose we're serving. Because our ancestors have done their part. The environment that we're in are different from other people. We can't accept that because someone else conforms to a certain way of life or a certain way of thinking. We don't have to conform to um the traditions of our ancestors. Those are gone. But we still live in a day and age where, you know, we're still connecting ourselves to chains of history, and those have been broken through actions of our own and people um, that have enlightened us to be on a higher plane. You see that, Roger? I think it's like, thank you, Jazzy. I'm not really sure if it's lagging or not. I think it went out. I'm gonna go out and come. Jazz, I'm gonna go out and come back in because I don't know if it's Roger need to probably reset or something.
Bro, they kicked everybody off. What's going on? What's up with the family? I don't know what just happened. Queen Miami with the hand horde. Let's see. What's up with the Kara? I stepped away for 2 minutes. Dang. All right, child. Let me get back at y'all in just a few. I love you as myself, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. As we are one, and I'm so glad we in connection. Kinfolk, fire. Let me see. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We break it all down. Say why. We just broke bread right now. You heard what I said right now. Drop it. I knew that was
What's
bro. I was
good,
just
bro?
about to get up out of here. You caught me. What's up
What's
with
good
it?
with you, bro?
Man, slow motion, King. I see you in great spirits.
Hey, man, it's Sunday, bro. It's another day, another blessing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Another
sir. It
24 hours
definitely
of the
is.
world. Another
Come
24
on.
hours.
Another one. Another one. Even if didn't nobody, I'm gonna take a line from DJ Khaled. Even if didn't nobody else want to see me wake up, God did.
Yeah, tell him again. Somebody wanted to see
God
me.
did.
Somebody wanted to see me.
Thank
Let's
you,
go,
pretty
chat.
people,
Everybody do the
coming
count the
through.
street for me, chat.
Man, yeah,
Anybody
everybody
want to
tap that
see me
screen. Let us
again?
feel y'all this morning. Feel you. Let me feel you. But nah, bro, we been chopping it this morning about phasing certain things out your life, man, and allowing certain phases to pass. You know, when I first talked to you, you was talking that same, same thing. How you had to leave certain things behind for the
Yeah,
new phase in life. You feel me?
yeah, yeah. Like I left North Carolina for to move to South Carolina because North Carolina was kind of toxic to me and won't help me
See, I
do
ain't
anything.
even. That's amazing, bro. Man. When I was talking to you, I was in North Carolina. I had just went to North Carolina.
Hey, bro, I
Now I'm
ain't
in
even gonna lie.
Mississippi right
I ain't gonna
now.
say no. All North Carolina is toxic. It's just where I
No,
was
no, no.
going.
It was for you. Yeah, for you. You had to make them moves for you. But I'm just saying, look how the ancestors and the creator work. Like I'm sitting over there talking to you, and you was talking about. I ain't know where you was talking about leaving at the time. You feel me?
Yeah,
I just knew you had to get out of certain situations. All the while, I had just went to North Carolina at that time too for a little bit.
yeah, bro. I did. I did. I ain't even gonna lie. I dipped out of
Thank you,
there.
pretty.
Like as soon as I really came got in my mind that I was able to move by myself without knowing somebody in another city, I
Yeah,
dipped.
yeah.
I
That
dipped.
freedom. That
Yeah. As soon
freedom
as I
right
got that
there,
freedom.
bro. And it
Thanks for the
was in your
rose,
mind,
baby.
wasn't it?
I was getting
It
your
was
follow.
you had to put it in your mind first, right?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I had to talk myself into it for a good month. Like, bro, you can do it. You know you can
You
do
got
it.
this.
Like,
You
stop
got
stop
this.
doubting yourself. You know you got this.
Mm-hmm. Now you out this bitch
Hey, I
doing
was
it.
out of there.
Doing it. Doing exactly what you said you would. You feel me?
Hey, I
And
ain't
that's what
gonna
I'm
lie,
starting to
North Carolina
realize for a
is
lot of
dangerous,
us.
man. It's I ain't even
Oh
gonna
yeah.
say it's dangerous, bro. I'm gonna say everybody run to it. They run to guns faster than they run to their own hands.
That's big facts.
Like
But
they'll walk
you know
right
what
past their hands and pick up a gun. Like, bro,
but you
the
know what I say
situation
about that
wasn't
though,
that
bro?
serious to even pick up a gun.
Facts. You know
Like
what
it
I
was
think about
worth it.
that? The thing is, as advanced as we get in technology, um, the way that we deal with our problems tend to go back in time. You know what I'm saying? Like remember people used to challenge each other to a duel over the smallest things to the biggest things. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, we begin to have to recognize how we gonna balance that type of stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you gotta find different ways to deal with your problems. But if we be real, we just got lucky. Like I know for me coming up as an 80s baby, we had to go to an old head to get a hold of certain things. And the old head to ask us what our problem was, hear us out. And no matter what the problem was, a lot of times they still weren't gonna give us that. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew the consequences that was gonna be up on us. You know what I'm saying? But now here it is, they don't got no old head to go to. You feel me? They don't got to, cause they got it they self. You feel me? The accessibility. You know what I'm saying? Cause society taught them that. But here it is, if we was taught, at a young age how we can get accessibility to those same things, we probably been in the same situation because we were just as confused, aka what we call angry. You know what I'm saying? You only get mad about stuff you don't know what to do about, or you don't know why it exists.
Bro, they be on some wild and shit.
Shoot, I think, man, they ain't touching what I would have been if I had access to it. Like, if
Bro,
I be
I'm
for
telling
real,
you, bro. If I had access to what they got access to right now, bro, I'd be on a whole nother level, bro. I'd be on a whole nother level. I'd be riding around a Rolls Royce right now. And that's on my mama.
now see, you was a go getter, but I had it in my mind, like, cause I used to watch certain movies, bro. I used to like watch John Claude Van
Look, I gotta get a
Damme,
haircut.
Steven Seagal, like Lethal Killers. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be
I
on
gotta
that
get a
level
haircut
with
now.
it. You got that thing fresh. Um, shoot, I used to
Bro,
be
I
on the
swear
lethal
to you, they be on some bro. I feel like they ain't got nobody up under nobody above them to tell them what to do and what not to do. So they don't
There's
they don't
other
know
ways
what they
to
don't
do
know
it,
no better.
basically. Yeah, big old
And
facts,
then
and
the ones that do
that's
got
at that
somebody
point
above them, they stupid as hell. They tell them to do the shit that they don't want to do because they scared to
sending
do
them
it.
out, sending them out.
Yeah, send them out and get their life taken from them.
That's big old facts right there. And like you said though, cause as sure as you said, you would be doing certain things. it's like a lot of people they put their focus on what they want to see, right? Some people look at certain things so they can be like, well, shoot, at least I'm better than them. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you
But
for the
if you
rose,
look,
Queen.
man, it's a lot of kids out here doing that stuff you talking about. I'm talking about riding around in them Rolls Royces, Teslas. You know what I'm talking about? These youngsters knowing how to code and they getting it legally. You feel me? Like they out here killing the game. Like I learned how to do stocks from a 16-year-old, bro. Like a 60-year-old kid taught me how to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like so
Bro,
at the end of the day, yeah, it's all about the environment that you in. You know what I'm saying? Or what you looking at. Cause, for a lot of my life I was looking at those youngsters that was in circumstances like myself. And I was like, darn, the world getting worse. But it's all about what we put our focus on and recognize everybody got a purpose on this earth. Some people, it's as messed up as it may seem, some people are meant to knock something off. What's up with it, Anisha? To be that
hey,
example
I
for
was just
somebody
telling
else.
people this, man. Like everybody's not meant to stay in your life forever. They meant to
Right.
just come there, teach you what they supposed to teach you, and keep it
And
moving.
get down. And ain't them what we call angels? You know what I'm saying? Angels don't stick with you forever, but they come from all angles to teach you a lesson. You feel me? And to make your life better if you learn from that example. So for me, I
But
look
I
at
feel
these
like,
youngsters like,
no, go ahead.
go ahead. I was finna say,
No,
I
go
look
ahead,
at
bro.
these youngsters like my little angels and stuff. But go ahead, King.
Yeah, bro. I'm
They gonna
telling
want.
you, bro. It
They really is something else
honestly,
to
bro.
think
These,
about. A lot of people,
bro. Honestly, I feel like these guys in the street,
I think we
they take
lagging.
these
It's
young
probably on
guys,
my
these
end.
young boys, because they don't got nobody showing them love at home, and they try to show them just a little bit of love in the street, and then they got them hooked to where they got the kids to be able to do anything they want them to do, because they show them just a little bit more love than they get at home.
Okay, pretty.
So like
Right.
that's why I say, man,
And
hey,
that, bro,
you
and
got
that's the
love these
sad
kids.
fact. That's the sad fact, bro. That's the sad fact that the streets showing our kids more love than we are. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, them cats in the street, they don't know nothing else. You feel me? We just got lucky at the time we was in there that, the people that was so called in the street, they still had some sense to them, even though they was conflicted by the things that was dropped on them, such as the crack era. You know what I'm saying? They still had their mind though. You know what I'm saying? But the society told us not to even listen to them people. So for those who felt what society said, they ain't get the jewels. But I did. Shoot, it was
Bro, oh
prostitutes that
God,
told me the
bro.
real.
Do you know?
It was
Do
pimps
you
that
know
told
when
me
I
what it
told my
really
plug?
was.
All right, before I left,
Hmm.
before I left North Carolina, I was a dealer or whatever, and I told my plug, I was like, yo, this is my last run. You know what my plug
Yeah.
told me, bro? Don't leave, bro. Don't leave.
Hmm.
So I felt like, damn, bro, like, damn, I thought you were my man. Like, you ain't my man if you telling me not to leave just because it benefits you. Then I'm bring helping you make money. Like, nah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. People, it be described disguises. People be in disguises so many different forms and shapes and ways, bro.
That's
That's why,
facts.
bro. When I moved here, bro, I ain't picked up nothing. I ain't touching nothing.
That's
I'm gonna get my
facts.
shit legal. I'm gonna get it the right way. I'm gonna bust my ass and do what I gotta do. Yeah, it might be different because I ain't used to working a 9 to 5 and all that shit. But hey, I'm gonna still get that shit, bro. Like, nah,
Nah,
I ain't
that's
gonna get it
facts.
that way. I'm gonna change up, do something different.
Right. It take for you to leave your local mind frame and the local place that you was at for you to learn different. And for a lot of us, we don't recognize the cycle of life. You know what I'm saying? And if we do, we think about it from a small spectrum. We don't understand, like, still dealing with some of these young folks. A lot of these young folks, this they first lifetime. You know what I'm saying? It ain't meant for them to get it this lifetime and the understanding that you have. For you, it's probably like your 100th time coming back. So it just makes so much sense to you, like, nah, I ain't doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? And for some of them, they coming back because they was warriors. And they coming back with that same warrior energy. It seems out of place to us, but it's right on time, for real. So, let everybody do what they was sent here to do. And you make sure you do what you was sent here to do. You feel me?
Hey, you already know, my guy. But hey, I'm
I
gonna
love you,
slide,
King.
bro. You be easy,
I don't
bro.
want my phone to die, so we right on time. Love you, King.
All right, you too, King.
Peace.